All right, it's Friday night.
It's Friday night.
Already, it's another Friday night drink in hand.
Exactly.
Our drinks for tonight is agua. We're enjoying some water tonight.
Yeah.
Andre's got water, I got water. And let us know what you guys are drinking. Tonight's topic is going to be a great topic. It's all about people getting over the nervousness of relocating to the outside of the United States.
All this year we say the opposite, and now no.
I know. Okay, but this topic is I messed up.
Yeah.
So let's do it again. Tonight's topic is about getting over the nervousness of relocating outside of the United States. There are thousands of individuals that are applying for their passports every year. And what we're noticing is a lot of them are coming to other countries to live, not just to visit. So if you think that if your place in line is not going to be taken by somebody else, it will. What do I mean by that? If you don't relocate outside of the United States due to what's going to be going on, don't worry about it. Somebody else will. Somebody else will live in the house that you're going to be living in. Yeah. Somebody else will be making the money that you're going to be making. Somebody else will find the wife that you were supposed to be finding in another country because you decided that you want to remain in the States.
Exactly.
We got our girl tonight.
Yeah, it's funny that we really look good.
We do look good together. We always do.
Yeah, we do. Seriously.
We had a good week. Tell us about how you thought about going to see Swan Lake, the ballet.
The Swan Lake or Lago de los Cisnes in Español. Yeah, we went this Wednesday.
This Wednesday.
We went. It was the last show. The ballet from St. Petersburg, Russia.
Oh, so that was the Russian ballet.
Exactly.
So we got a chance to see
ballet,
the Black Swan, which is Swan Lake from the Russian ballet performance.
Yeah. So it was really nice because it was my first time attending those type of performance, and it's really good that Ray was with me and we shared those moments, and it was really nice. It was really nice. So you guys, we have that after Petronio. You know that we have a really rough week, like in the good sense, of course. It was really good. Enjoy Petronio with you guys. So now the next thing that we're gonna watch is a Sound of Freedom. Finally,
yes,
August 30, we got the movie this week. So is the premiere is this weekend. So I think the movie theater is gonna be packed because everybody's talking about. I know that in the States it has been for a few weeks. You guys already having the
Sound of Freedom movie.
Exactly. But right now we have that in Colombia. We have the movie in Colombia. So yeah, we're very excited to watch that movie.
All right. We got 31 people in the building.
Yes,
that
sir.
means that we should have 31 likes. Click that like button, guys. We like you. We really do. Make sure you like us too. That like button invites other individuals in. Andrea's about to give the shout outs. Let us know if our volume is just right. If you can hear us just right, let us know by putting a 1 in the comment. If you don't hear us, just let us know. But looks like everything is looking great from what I see so far.
Okay, I'm gonna start with a shout out. Thank you so much for the people who started coming to the live stream. Black Scorpion, thank you so much for being here. Tevin, I'm current at work, so I have a Diet Coke in hand. We have Diet Coke last weekend. Yeah, but just that weekend, no more.
Yeah,
it's just once in a while. We are not. I'm strongly considering Germany along with Colombia.
Oh, okay, that's a good choice. Both of those are good choices.
Amen to you.
Amen. Blessings.
Thank you so much. Wow, you guys look fantastic. Salute to Andre and Andrea.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much.
Julian Alexander, thank you so much for being here. The Giant, is that right?
The Giant.
Okay.
Yep.
Traveler, Street and Boot. This will be
Suited and booted.
Oh, thank you, baby. You know that I said it different.
Suited and booted means like you got your suit on and you got your boots on.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Let's see. Yeah. That's good. Jay, thank you so much for being here. What's up, Dre and Andrea?
Shout out to Jay.
Yeah, thank you so much. for the people. 33 people here.
All right, guys. Once again, click that like button. We appreciate you. This video is going to be in 2 great parts. The first part is going to be with Andrea here. We're going to talk about 5 steps that you should take whenever it's time to relocate out of the United States that we notice that other expats have done. Now, mind you, when we talk about relocate outside the United States, the country and location is up to you. When you do it, it's up to you. It could be 5 months, it could be 5 or 10 years.
Exactly. It's something that you need to plan with time, of course. And I know that when we say in Espanol, like, el que piensa pierde. Like, if you think so much, you never had the chance to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the fact that
exactly.
But you need to consider it, just not just Colombia, just any part of the world. Like one of the guys say Germany, you need to consider some points, like, or it's gonna be, what is the pros and cons,
correct,
in this particular country, and see how it's gonna be your life over there. Not just like I'm going to, for example, I don't know, DR, and end of the day, DR, it wasn't for you. So that's the part that you need to thinking about, and have the chance to travel to different countries and see what is the best for you. What is the country that makes you feel comfortable
at home?
Yeah.
That's so true. That's so true. I know guys that have lived in one country and they came to Colombia, had a great time. Then they went to Brazil, or they went to Peru, or Chile, or Chile.
That's another thing that I was thinking. Like, if you are a person that you never experienced earthquakes, Chile is not the country for you, because Chile is the #1 country in America, including the United States, in whole America, that they have earthquakes more than.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Chile. That's why Chilenos say we used to it. To those earthquakes, 7, 8, we used to it. So
we just had an earthquake this week. Guys, we were just I don't know what we were doing. We were talking or something.
No, we were in the living room talking.
Yeah.
And it was 4.5, I think.
4.5.
4.5. Colombia is South America. South America is a whole continent. We have earthquakes, but Chile is the king because they have the stronger ones.
That's one thing about South America. You will not escape. You will experience at one point in time or another an earthquake. For the most part, it's been just tremors. You know, it'd be like a 5 to 10 second tremor, and you're good. Every blue moon, like Andrea's got stories, but for the most part, I've never experienced anything that Andrea's experienced.
I experienced, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, even with these fingers I can count, because I experienced so many earthquakes when I used to live with my mom and dad, and they live in the 5th floor. So it was really strong. And another one, now I remember, we were in the living room with my mom. We were watching TV, and we have a strong earthquake that my mom and I would stay in the living room, just like, Mom, okay, just relax. And my dad immediately jumped to the 1st floor. Like, he immediately, and we were like, wait a minute, so this guy is gonna leave us here.
He left all the ladies.
Sit down in the...
he left. He just shot past the ladies, shot down the stairs. He was gone. He didn't think about his kids. He didn't think about his wife.
Even Waldo.
Her dad just left. Didn't leave Waldo the dog. No. He left Waldo.
Waldo was like, what the? So that earthquake, the epicentro, or the point, was in Ecuador. And we flew into here. Yeah, in Ecuador. It was a disaster in Ecuador. Yeah. So, yeah, you guys, it's something that you need to know before move to South America or Mexico, because Mexico's got a terrible earthquake too. But Chile is the king.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do, guys, in this video, we're gonna do just 5 steps that we're gonna talk about with Andrea, and then we're gonna watch a video in regards to, right now, it just came out last week, that 61% of all Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. We're going to do a cost of living index for some of you guys' cities, comparing it to here, Colombia, or comparing it to other countries. So we're going to pull out the cost of living index. This is going to be you and I. Andrea's going to leave, and we're going to do a cost of living index to let you guys see after we watch the video that we're going to watch, because it's going to break down why the average American is living paycheck to paycheck. 61% of all Americans are actually living paycheck to paycheck.
Okay, wait, let me do the last shout out before I start with the topic. Stefano, thank you so much for being here.
Shouts to Stefano.
Uncle Jeff, what's up, a good family? Just finished the study and now I'm tuned. Thank you. In wine in hand.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I see you, Jeff. Shout out to you. Richard,
what's up, fam? One of my favorite couples online. Okay, thank you so much. Bobby, thank you so much for being here.
Shout out to Bobby.
Okay, let me go to Steve. I'd rather deal with the earthquake in Colombia than staying in the matrix.
I would too. It's not as bad. It's weird to feel it, but it's not as bad as, it's not like in the movies where,
No, thanks God. Yeah. What do Slim Dre and hello to Miss Andrea. Thank you so much.
All right, Kenny in the building.
This is a very important stream. Thank you for doing this stream. Yeah, you guys. It's just okay. Wait a second. Trey, thank you so much for being here. Good evening, Andre and Andrea. I just got my renewed passport to travel to the Philippines for 2 weeks. Now considering adding Colombia to the to-do list.
That's to-do list. Put Colombia on that to-do list. Definitely. Yes, earthquakes. Don't let it throw you off.
Yeah, it's just like something that happens, you guys. But yeah, Dre has been here with a little blur for the last 4 years, and he experienced stronger ones, but not too long. Thanks God, it's not too long. But yeah, it just happened. It is what it is, you guys.
All right, if you're gonna live in Colombia, expect it. If you're gonna live in South America, you can expect it. At one point in time or another, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah, no, seriously. But I mean, like if you live in an island, what do you expect? Hurricanes?
Yeah, you got hurricanes.
God.
Like in Florida, you can expect tropical storms. I've been through plenty of tropical storms, plenty of hurricanes. It's all part of the Florida experience. For those of you that know that. Yeah. Let's get started on the topic.
Yes, sir.
The topic is about
5 steps to leaving America.
Yes, 5 easy steps.
Or the United States.
Or leaving the United States.
The United States.
Because that's, as Andrea will remind you, America is more than just North America.
Yeah, America is the whole
North,
continent.
South, that's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
What is that B?
Is
your cell phone?
I don't know if that's my phone. I'm hearing buzzing coming from.
I don't know. Or is your watch?
No.
Maybe?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's like a...
Oh, Cash App.
Okay.
Remember, guys, all Cash Apps from now on for the rest of the year will be going towards, shout out to my man Steve, who gave a Cash App. My man Timothy gave a Cash App $5, as well as, let's go down. Let's go back up right here. Let me make sure. Oh, yeah. And JL, thank you for the $5. For the $5 Cash App. All Cash Apps will go directly towards the Children's Foundation, the Cancer Foundation that we donated to last year.
Okay, 1 month. What month is going to start?
This month. It starts this month, September.
September, Octubre, Noviembre, and Diciembre. Okay. You guys, another thing. Don't forget that I always said this. Today is September 1st. Means that we start to celebrate Christmas. Obvio. So all the Christmas stores are open right now with beautiful discounts. So you guys gonna be there just for gusses some things, But yes, you guys. So we officially in Colombia, we are really prepared for Christmas.
That means they got to pull the tree back down, put the tree back up.
In October, I decorate in October. We decorate in October.
Yeah. I just put the tree away.
Sorry, but not
I was
sorry.
wondering why I was hearing Christmas music today.
What?
I was wondering why I heard you playing Christmas music today.
Yeah.
I was like, why is Andre playing? I say,
yes.
September. Yeah. Colombians are serious about Christmas starting in September.
Yeah.
All the way until January, the first week of January.
Yes, sir. Okay, babe. So the topic for tonight: 5 steps to leaving the United States. To be specific.
Yes.
Number one, get over your guilt or leaving. You own no one but yourself.
Absolutely correct. Get over your guilt of leaving, because you don't owe anybody anything but yourself. You were sent to this planet to live your life. Other than individuals that have parents or that you're taking care of, or kids that you're taking care of, responsibilities, that's understandable. But if your plan is to leave in 5, 10, 15, even 20 years, one of the things that you're going to have to get over to prepare yourself for that is the guilt of leaving. Why am I mentioning this guilt of leaving? For those of us that are Black, you think you leaving the brothers and sisters behind when you leave it. That's one form of guilt. Another form of guilt is you thinking that you're leaving family members behind. Inflation is flying off the charts in the United States. Gas prices, food, and then you're coming to Colombia, or you're going to Portugal, or you're going to Thailand, or parts of Africa where food is better as far as health, and it's not as expensive. So now you're feeling kind of guilty about, wow, I'm leaving my family behind. They eating that nasty American food. They're paying those high prices for gas. I'm not paying that amount. I'm living at peace. People in America are stressing. So you got to get past that guilt if you want to live in another country.
I think the most, and you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, and you too, as an American citizen, I think the number one thing is the mental.
Yeah.
The jail that you have in your mind, because that's one of the things that I see really often when it comes to relocate or travel for the first time outside the US. Like, something is gonna happen to me. Like, if I leave the country, I'm gonna be on risk in every part I go. Like, doesn't matter. Like my life is in danger. You know what I mean? So it's the mental part that is just, it just surprised me the most. Not the fact like how is gonna be the life there, or how gonna be, or how I'm going to get my food or bills. It's the mental part that a lot of few or some U.S. citizens are afraid. So that's the part that got me the most. Not the part, because seriously, for example, Colombians, when they decide to relocate to another country, especially Europe or the United States, then thinking about a better thing, a better future. Like, we're gonna be better, even though it's gonna be hard to only working more hours or have 2 jobs, but I know that everything is gonna be fine. So we don't have that jail,
mental jail.
Exactly. We don't have the mental jail when it comes to move to another country. Now, for example, a couple like us, like we are really comfortable in this country. The part, like, and now that we having this amazing channel, and all the channel that we have, Andre has been living here. So I appreciate more my country than I used to, than like years ago or before met Andre, because seriously, we have such an amazing culture. And another thing is not just me. There's a lot of Europeans that say one of the things that I appreciate about Colombia is you guys have a bunch of fruits and vegetables, and you can create so many things. Like, you are probably the number one country where they have more products, more vegetables and fruit and fresh food to offer, right? So it is, for example, guys, perfect example. Last night that we went to our Dennis, Anna.
Yeah, our Dennis. We went to dinner with her and her husband.
Yeah, and she knows someone that she is from Switzerland. And she said that when she comes to Colombia, she loves to go to La Galeria, or the fruit market, because they don't have that in Switzerland. Because only in Switzerland they ship everything to the country.
Right,
Not like here in Colombia that you go into the towns and you got pineapples and you got papayas, you got potatoes. Everything. Exactly. So we are very rich, and that's the part that hurt me the most, when people say, I just live in Colombia because Colombian is a mess, but they don't appreciate what we have. Then when you live in another country, which is great, of course, but when it comes to the food, Yeah, everything is just like chopped or cooked,
Pre-made,
pre-made,
frozen,
frozen. So yes, you guys, that's one of the
sprayed to
things.
put color on it to make it look like
Exactly.
it's make the apple look red. You know how they do in Walmart? They spray them,
Yeah.
make it look better than what they actually are.
Sometimes we spray just water to make it look fresh, but that's it, just water to the apples or like that to make it look makes it look fresh,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But yes, you guys, that's one of the things. Don't feel guilty to leave the US if you decide to do that.
And I want to hear, before you go to the comments,
Uh-huh.
as we were putting this topic together, I wanted to hear Andrea talk about that.
Mhm.
Because in regards to the mindset that foreigners have when they come to America,
Mhm.
when they leave their home, they're thinking progress, they're thinking advancement for the family,
Mhm.
opening up doors to the future.
Yeah.
But when we go to other countries, we're always scared. We're always afraid because we were programmed to be scared. We were programmed to be afraid.
Exactly.
And so Andrea is right about that.
Yeah, exactly. And no going too far. I have family members that they decide to leave Colombia like 25 years ago, and now they are European citizens, of course, and which is great, of course. But they have that goal, like, I want a better life. I want to experience what it's about to live in another country, the language, and they are happy over there. And obviously we are our mindset is like that. It's like that, like, okay, we're going to another country, but it's for have a better life, have a better quality life, because it's not it's you I can hide the fact, you guys, that minimum salary here in Colombia is too low. It's just $260. That's nothing. That's not enough. Or grocery shopping is $300. So I mean, it's not enough. That's why I completely understand why Colombians got that needs to leave the country. Even though that some of them, they say, I want to live in my home country, but the money's not enough. So I need to work in other countries to make money, send to my home country, and or build a house or something and retire in Colombia. But
Yep.
yes, you guys, that's basically is what it is.
Yep.
Okay.
Great point.
Okay. Let me go in order. Maurice is here. Thank you, Maurice, for being
In the
here.
building.
Okay, we got here Paris in Minnesota. What's going on with Minnesota? Got earthquakes? Or it's cold?
Oh,
or
it's cold in Minnesota. You may be getting a shout out from Minnesota as well.
Oh, okay. Fake ass green.
Hey, that's the American dream.
Yeah.
That's what they told us.
Fat is all the stars in the mental. Yeah, that's true. Mandela, he say, excellent topic, Professor Andrea and Mrs. Andrea.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Ms. Daily. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel.
Fast is a strong gem.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. James, thank you so much for your donation. He said, what's told the women are becoming gold diggers.
Yes. I mean, no matter where you go in the world, provision from a man is expected, but there are some women that they could care less about you. They just want your money, and that's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm. I just left 2 weeks ago for the second time, and man, I love there.
Yeah. I'm glad you like it.
The Art of Will, thank you so much for your donation. Inflation rate may be high, but the American U.S. woman's body counts is harder. What that means? Okay, explain. Well, they have a lot of.
No, what he said is the economy and how much they charge might be high, but it's never as high as all the men that women in the United States sleep with. High body counts.
Oh my God, Jay, thank you so much for being here.
Shout out to Jay. Make sure you guys subscribe.
I'm back in the matrix. Your emoji.
I know. I saw you. Hey Jay, I saw your airport photo today. Did you post on Facebook?
You Facebook. I thought that you have a. Just you guys are maybe live with your photo, like all sad.
It's not like we're pretending that we're sad. We are sad.
So brothers throwing money in the air, they are clown. Exactly. I watched the same video, like throwing money in a club, like, oh sweetie,
Wow.
No wonder why you getting robbed. I don't know if the guy got robbed, but why you getting robbed in Cartagena or whatever you are? You just make you like to have the paseo millonario, like take your cab, and they just steal all your money.
And that's why they end up with getting the gringo prices and all those things.
Wayne, thank you so much for being here. That's just what I've been dealing with, mental jail.
Yeah, that's a good way how you put it.
Exactly. What's the website recommendations to find places to rent or sell?
We will go over that. Thought I had a pin. We're going to go over that once tonight when we do the cost of living. You'll be gone.
No. When
oh, you're talking about rent, renting a place.
Rent a place and sell.
Okay, I got you.
Okay. Kids and Dreams is here. Salud. I hope that you have a really good time in Cuba.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Second, let me go.
You should subscribe. Make sure you guys subscribe to Kings and Dreams as well.
Yes, sir. Ramon, thank you so much for being here. What's up, Andrea and Andrea and the Chatter family? Exactly, Andrea. The news we have you thinking there are a bunch or robbing gangs in other countries. Like we didn't watch the video about people. What is the town? It was last week. Kids and teenagers, they were jumping upside because it was a mass shooting in one of the cities. Oh
Sad. My! That's another thing that I do not miss.
No,
the
that's very dangerous.
Deletions. Yeah, that's just so sad.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you guys. Okay, number two.
Número
dos. Think about the life that you are heading to, not the life that you are living.
One thing that I noticed that people from other countries do when they go to America or Canada or UK, they do not focus on the life that they're leaving. They focus on the life that they're heading to. That's how Andrea and I are. We focus on our future, not necessarily just talk about the things of the past. Because a lot of times, if you just focus on the past, you're not making progression like you should. But at the end of the day, you want to make some form of progression. So make sure you focus on where you're headed to, not where you just came from or what you've been going through.
Exactly, babe. But for example, yeah, that's true. But if you're having a miserable life, obviously you are excited. And channel like this, like so many channels that talking about relocation. Also, you guys, we always support the idea that you live in your home country to a better life, to a quality life. And in our case, I think I always thinking about like have a really good, same or better medical health care. And the diet, obviously the security too, but that's super important, and education for our kids. That's 4 things that we always thinking about when it comes to relocate us as a family, because really like we have been doing really good in this country. And you guys, when you start to relocate here, you got an excellent medical health care. You got amazing diet. So obviously if you have high blood pressure or heart disease or diabetes, obviously here you're going to do it better because here's more natural when it comes to the diet, when it comes to our foods or meals. So that's one of the things that you're gonna be relief. That's a word.
Yeah, relief. I'm working with one brother that's looking to move here. He's battling a form of cancer. And he realizes that he's come to his limitations in the United States. And so he realizes that I've found in South America that there are medicines and that there are holistic foods that they don't have in the United States that can help him. And so he said, I've decided that I'm going to relocate to outside of the United States to see what other countries can do to help me as I battle with this cancer. I like what I've mentioned this before, the one doctor that we look at, the black guy that we look at his YouTube channels. He mentioned, as I mentioned this before, someone asked him the question, if you had gotten cancer or if you had received cancer, what would be the first thing that you do? And he said the first thing that I would do if I ever got any form of cancer was I would leave the United States.
He said that. He's a doctor.
He said, there is no way in the world I would live in the States and try to battle cancer. He said, it's almost an impossible to uphill climb because of the foods themselves will battle against you. Then he said, secondly, I would alleviate any form of sugar.
It's frozen, baby. Is your cell phone?
Oh, that's just my cell phone.
Okay. Sorry.
Thank you, baby. But any type of sugars in his life to alleviate that, or at least limit the amount of sugar and glucose that goes into his body. But he said those two major things. Yeah, Dr. Bobby Price. Thank you, Julian. That's his name, the brother. He said, he said, first thing, he didn't hesitate. He didn't think about it. He didn't pause before the guy even got it out of his mouth. He said, what would you do first? He said, I leave the United States. There is no way you could truly battle the cancer on the level that you could naturally battle it in a holistic way while you're still in the United States, because just the everyday foods are not conducive to battle cancer.
I mean, remember, cancer is dead cells. And you eat all that food that is prepared. They just feed your dice cell, because that is explained to us here. For example, there is a fruit here in Colombia that Andre said I never only
that I've never eaten before.
No, you never eat it, because I hate it. But I need to, when we go to Amor something, I'm going to give you some, because I never buy it here because I hate it. Like, I can't stand that fruit.
For me, it looks like a pineapple with spikes on it.
Wow,
so I think that it might be in the pineapple. The pear family. It looks like a pear with spikes on it.
But it's a giant thing. It's a big. Let me see if I can show you guys here. And this fruit, people that got cancer here in Colombia, they always trying to eat this fruit just with a spoon or in juice, whatever. But this fruit is really, really good when it comes to people with cancer treatments. Is this one?
There you go. Let me see if I can take the camera off you.
Okay.
No. You don't have to move back.
I just saying.
Or is it on me?
No, it's
one
on you.
of us.
Okay. Okay. There we go.
That's the fruit. We're gonna get this. But that's the fruit, and it's got spikes on it.
Yeah, it's called exactly. I know this camera is not helping us. There we go. Maybe we're going to spell it in the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. But that's the fruit, basically. And at the end of the day, guys, there are over like I've mentioned several times over. Here in Colombia, if you ate one fruit, just one different fruit every day, it would take you a year and a half to go through all the fruits here in Colombia.
No, baby. That's right. No. Okay.
So definitely, guys. She's spelling it in the comments section.
Guanábana.
And that's the name of it.
There we go. Guanábana. Yeah, and Andrew never said that, so that makes me think like in the States they don't have that type of fruit.
No, you don't have that.
So they always say that fruit is really good for your body, for cancer, for it's really miracle fruit.
What's the other pink one? The dragon fruit?
Dragon fruit, la pitaya.
Yeah, it's pink on the outside, like hot pink, and then it's white on the inside.
La pitaya, we got pitaya, yellow pitaya, pitaya amarilla. Oh my God, and pitaya roja, yellow pitaya.
The red roja.
See, yeah, that one too. No, we got a lot of fruits, and we don't even. I don't even go through like the whole thing.
We need to do an episode where we taste different fruits, like a Sunday episode where we taste the fruits, have different fruits that we know.
We need to go to Alameda.
Yeah.
To get them, because you don't get that in it's not typical. No. It's not common. So we need to go to Alameda Galleria and get them. Cool. Yeah. Okay. It's a like soursop. I don't know what is soursop.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. No, I have no idea, you guys. I mean, I just saying because my cousin used to take it A lot of members of my family used to take that type of fruit. Wait a second. Okay, durian. Tobias, thank you so much for being here.
Shout out to Tobias.
Tobias, we say Tobias in español.
Oh,
Source of fruit, maybe could be.
oh, little.
I never heard that. Okay, in other countries, look at us and wonder why our obesity is out of control. Yeah.
Yes.
My grandma, when the first time that she came from New York, she was like, why people in the US are so big? Like, and they are in those cars. She is so funny when she's playing me like they are in those cars, you know.
The
my
carts. You
grandma.
talk about the Walmart carts.
No,
You got-
in those chairs
I know,
that you
I know,
can
yeah.
control.
yeah.
And they were like big. And my grandma is a grandma. She is smaller than me. And my grandma needs to control sugar because genetic. Sugar, high blood pressure, everything. And it's because genetic. My grandma said, I can't even imagine me be like that. Like so big. Yeah, okay. We got just watch on Netflix. Yeah, I want to watch that. I
Yeah,
told
we
Drake.
just talk about that one.
Live
You know
to
what?
100. Yeah.
That could be our movie. You still want to do movie night?
Yeah, but I definitely want to watch that one.
That's what I was saying. We could do movie night with that one.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's pick.
I won't be too long.
Okay. No. But yeah. But one of the things, you guys, that they always recommend to leave, because I know I haven't watched that one, but I watch videos about people in Asia, in Italy, why they live 100 years, and they say walking or do exercise. They say be around nature. One of the things, olive oil. Use olive
I've heard
oil. We use olive oil. I use olive oil every single day for cooking. Every single day, olive oil, the garlic. Is really good. Having positive thoughts,
True.
laugh. Yeah.
Laughter. True.
Yeah. Okay, let me go to here. Thank you so much for being here. He said good night. I just got through watching Taylor Made,
Shout out to Taylor.
and he going through a health issue.
Mhm.
I just did my blood work last week. What's this? A1C out of
Mhm.
whack. I'm out. What does that mean? I don't
You
know
know
what
what?
that
I don't know what the A1C is. Explain to us what the A1C is. I'm writing that down. What is your A1C?
Mm-hmm. In Jamaica, we used to leave to make tea.
Yeah, the leaves to make tea. Absolutely.
Okay. It's a great for diabetes and cancer. The fruit,
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
yeah,
that I
the
was
fruit.
thinking.
Yes, it is.
Okay. In Trinidad, it's called sour soup. I didn't know.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
learning today. Sour soup.
There we go.
Sour soup. Here is guanawana.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me go. Global homie, he say I have to add the global to the name just in case that I want to start a YouTube once I start traveling. Okay, that's
That's
good.
a good idea. That's a good idea. I like that title.
Face moms, you say every time that I leave the US, everything gets better.
It does. It's sad, but it's true.
Okay. A12C is high blood sugar. Sugar.
Your blood sugar. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Pre-diabetes.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. Wow.
We got 71 people in the building. Make sure, guys, that when you come in, click that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too by clicking the like button. It invites other people into the live stream this evening. Number three.
Número tres.
Number three, the step that you need to take before leaving America. We already talked about don't feel guilty. We already talked about number two was
thinking about the life that you heading to,
Yes.
another the life that you living.
That's right. Think about your future life. And number three is
Number three, prepare for emergency first. Exactly.
Yes.
Don't assume bad things won't happen. Exactly. Like I say, you guys before, like for real, we're not a super, how do you say, a super miracle body. But it's
That's
the
right.
fact, like, okay, wait a second, there's something here that is bothering me here and there. I don't know why. Okay, but yeah, you guys, like we were talking about the South America is something like take over
Mhm.
there. Like South America, it's we have a lot of earthquakes, so that's basic. That's really true. It's like going to or go to Florida and you never had hurricanes. Only you need to be prepared, not be scared, but just prepare in just in case that happens to you guys. But
Yes.
it's nothing bad here in Colombia, or we haven't had something like really really scary or really bad in Colombia. No, because your boy experienced here. How many earthquakes you experienced? Like four, five?
Four. I've experienced 4 earthquakes since I've been here.
Yeah,
If
four.
not 5, it
Yeah,
might be 5. You might be
and
right.
things got never been longer because that is that is worrying. Yeah, yeah, seriously. But no, things got no, you guys. And yeah, thinking about emergency, prepare for emergency, of course. Have a travel insurance
Hmm.
just in case is very important. And trying to not be careful too with you trying new food, new meals that you never experience. Just like be on top why you having or what type of liquor, because there's some people like they can stand so type of liquors, and then people that get intoxicated. So that's the part, you guys, that just be on top of those things.
Yeah, prepare yourself for those little emergencies that could take place.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had any major emergencies take place,
No.
but you just want to prepare yourself mentally that this is not a vacation. If you're going to relocate, get out of your mind that you're on vacation mode.
Mm-hmm.
Get on the same mindset that you have in the state, like life happens. Don't let it throw you off.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare yourself for it. Things like that. Like me and Andrea mentioned the other day, our refrigerator went out. We went and got a brand new refrigerator.
Yeah.
You know, we've had it for 4 years. Then I looked up some information. And I found out the average refrigerator does last between 4 to 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
The new ones that have the computers in them, and so we got a new refrigerator. In other words, life happens. Just because you're excited to relocate outside the United States doesn't mean that your life doesn't continue. You're still going to have moments where it's ups and downs.
Exactly, and that is basically life,
Mhm.
seriously. And one of the things, you guys, always have support with other people, all Americans that live in the city that you want to live, of course.
Mhm.
And you don't feel like the only one, or in case that you have a emergency or a situation, like for example, one of you boys that feel kind of sick, and you
Mhm.
took to the
Pharmacy.
drugstore and
Mhm.
pharmacy to get a shot to feel better, of course. Yeah, those type of thing, you guys, because we understand that this is a new thing for you. This is one thing is when you are on vacation, and another thing is when you are living.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
So be prepared for that. Like Andrea said, make sure that you have guys that you have contact with in the country that you're moving to be able to have somebody, accountability partners.
Yeah, exactly. Let me go to the comment section.
Mm-hmm.
We got a question here. Do you guys watch Where West? Any opinions on this?
Nah.
No.
I know who Where's West is. He's the Asian guy, but I haven't watched. I watched maybe 1 or 2 of his videos. But this is the guy. Let me know if I'm correct. This is the guy that interviews women throughout Cali, throughout Medellin. He interviewed. Let's put it like this. I'm gonna be for real. Y'all know Dre. I ain't no dude to put no chick running. I ain't feeling it. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I ain't even feeling this content because he doesn't come across as being malice or mean or evil. He seems like he's a straight up cool dude, but the type of people that he interviews, we don't mess with. It's like he interviews women that we're like, I wouldn't. Let's put it like this. He has people on this channel. If we're talking about the same Asian dude, he has people on his channel that I would never introduce you guys to. You guys will meet those women in a party. You'll meet them on the street, but you never meet them through Andre and I. That's why I don't follow his content. Not because his content is less than, or that he personally, or I know him personally. I don't know him at all. But after watching a couple of his videos, I was
We're back.
Right? We're back. Thank you guys for your patience. Here we are,
After
Smithers. After the
commercials.
commercial.
Yeah.
For real. That's what we need is commercial. I'm putting together some commercials too.
Yeah, I know you guys. Okay. Oh,
All right.
good. Okay, that's good. That's good cheat.
There we go. Here, let you have this right
Yeah,
over
yeah, yeah. Do not touch this, please. Thank you.
here. Okay, cool.
Okay, there we go. We're back. Yeah.
Muy bien.
Muy bien. Finally.
Finally. Thank you guys for your patience.
Yeah.
Over your struggle streaming for a minute. It
Yeah.
happens.
Okay. He said, say, I love South America. I still have many places to visit.
Correct. There's so much to see here in South America.
What's the average amount of US money to have a good standard living in Colombia? Have a transportation business, and I make an average minimum 700 to 800 a month. Actually, which is
That $700 to $800 a month in Colombia, that wouldn't be enough for you. To be honest, to live in Colombia, in Medellin, in Bogota, you need on average as a single person, you need about a good 2,000. In Medellin, it might be between 2,000 to 1,800 to 2,200.
yeah.
Cartagena, just about the same amount. Here in Cali, you might need between 1,500 to 2,000 if you're living single here in Cali. Now, we're a couple, so our expenses are a little bit more, but for a single person, you need, just in Cali, at least 1,500 to 2,000. Once again, Cartagena, Medellin, 1,800 to 2,200, and you'll need between 2,000 to 2,200 to be in Bogota.
Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate the great job starting to let the family and friends know my intent to exit the US.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you're doing that Train to Love.
Okay, there we go. We're back.
The other thing is that when Train to Love just mentioned his family, that's another reason that people are a little hesitant to move, because our families and our friends don't understand. Especially those of us that are Black, most of our family members, other than maybe a couple people that are ex-military and maybe a few more people in our families have a passport, but most of us do not have family members that have passports. They've never been into anywhere but other on a cruise. 50% of all passports in the United States are used to either go to Canada or Mexico. So Americans don't know anything about traveling for real. So our family members and our friends, they just won't understand.
Obviously, they won't understand.
No.
Okay, number 4.
Número 4.
Foreigner woman. She's not your last, not yet.
Yes. When you come to South America, Central America, any foreign woman, Europe, Germany, just because you date or meet a woman that you hit it off with, everything seems fine. If it doesn't work itself out, don't rush it. I know guys that I was watching a headline of a guy that he dedicated himself to the first woman in Cartagena that he met. 3 days later, she got on his last nerve. He was tired of her. That's his fault. Don't rush to fall in love. I'll say this again. I'm not saying go out there and just be a wild man partying, because you're living here now. You're not on vacation. That's party mode or vacation mode. But for those of you that are planning on living in another country, realize, take your time. You live here now, so you don't have to rush when it comes to finding love. Date that person, hang out with this person, get to know this person over here, and it'll all work itself out. I'm not the first person Andre has met, first American that Andre has ever met. She's not the first Colombian that I've met. But we both took our time and said, this person is nice, but they're not the person yet. And so when we met the person, we were correct. But don't rush it.
Exactly. Yeah, he's saying my female cousin visit me in Medellin and embarrassed me with a arrogant American behavior. I stopped talking to people
About
okay, about Colombia. After that, go to the DR.
yes,
Wow.
yes. You do not want family members. It's sad, Jay, that you excited. You want family members to come down and experience what you experience, understand what you're experiencing, but they are so Americanized, so programmed that when they come down with that, I'm American. What is this? I don't eat that. What is this? Why don't nobody know English? You don't know English? That's stupid. What is this down here? Why don't they cook this and that and that? Where are all the microwaves? Everybody ain't got no microwave. They cook. What is this?
I have to chop the onion.
Yes, I have to actually cut the onions and the tomatoes and the potatoes, and I have to. Americans, you don't realize how egotistical we are until we leave the United States. It's so crazy how bad we are as American people.
Wow. Thank you so much for your donation, Father of Many Nations. He's a blessed fam. I just had to spend 22,000 this week on truck bills and taxes. Pray for you, boy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We're going to get you some ramen noodle soup because you're going to be like a college student.
Dudes fall in love because they never been with a woman so beautiful. Get that sim chip out of you, brothers.
Preach, Teddy, preach. A lot of guys in the States, we understand that 50 to 70% of all women in the United States are considered one form or another of obesity. So we're used to being around big girls, big women, our aunties, our cousins, our mamas, the ladies, the people that we went to school with. I had big co-workers. Even the Latin co-workers were big girls because they eat American food
exactly.
too. So we're accustomed to that. And then we go to these other countries with healthier foods, where the infrastructure is set up where the women can actually walk to their jobs or walk to different locations. So women are more active. And so you see women that have better bodies, better attitudes, better demeanors, more feminine. And so, but you've never experienced that. You're so excited that you can get got for your money.
Wait a second. What's this? Waves, bonnets, and sandals.
That's what you're going to get in the States. Just walk into any Walmart in any part of the United States. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It could be an all-white city. You're going to still see even white girls now with weaves, bonnets, and sandals. So do realize that ain't just the sisters that's doing that.
Oh, my sweet Lord. Oh, God. Whew. Okay. Number 5.
I'll miss it.
What, baby?
I don't miss it.
I know you don't. I know you don't. I know you don't. Okay, number 5. Treat the US like your favorite vacation destination.
Yes, you got it. Once you decide to relocate to outside the United States, whether it be 5 months from now, 5 years from now, 15 years from now, treat the United States like it's your favorite vacation destination. Like you're going to go visit your family. You're going to go visit your friends. You're going to go visit certain locations. You're treating it like it's a vacation destination because that's what foreigners do. Foreigners, why they live in the United States and they're making money, they go back and visit their home countries. That's a vacation for them. Like your aunt always come here during the holidays. Her aunt always come down to Colombia and visits here and enjoys her time here from Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She just visit, of course, because we got family and everything. But she's back to Europe because she loves to live in Europe.
Right. And so that's basically her time away from work or vacation.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so that's how that's why you want to see the United States. If you still see the United States as your home, like me, my man, shout out to my man, Felix, we were talking today. And Felix been living in Medellin, happy in his relationship, really good guy. And I'm going to have Felix on the channel in a few weeks. And Felix was asking me, he said, Andre, would you ever go back to the United States? I said, yeah, on vacation. Yeah, that's the only reason I'm going back to the United States, on vacation, to visit family, friends, and places. That's it. That's the only purpose for me in the United States. And I'm not putting the United States down. I love the United States, but I treat it for what it is. My homes are countries outside of the United States. That's my home. Whenever you guys say, hey, Dre, I'm in Cali, what do I say? Welcome home. And if you guys ever got a text from me, y'all come to Colombia, whether it be Medellin or anywhere, what do I say? welcome home, because this is your home. The
Yeah.
United States is the place where you make your money and you vacation.
Welcome to the United States. I can't imagine when we were in the plane.
I can.
Andrew, this is some BS.
Yeah, I'm be on the plane like this, quiet. Andre gonna be so
I'm gonna be
excited.
like,
Andre gonna be so excited. I'm gonna be on the plane like, man,
this is some BS.
Well, let me get some shoes. Let me buy some shoes while I'm here. Okay, cool.
And pants, baby.
It's some pants. Yeah,
Yeah.
go visit a few people. But other than that,
Yeah, that's funny. Okay. And the woman is still walking around like we owe them something.
yes, while they're obese, you owe them a sandwich. That's how they're looking at you, like you owe them a sandwich from your pocket.
Wow. You all have became my favorite couple, motivation and elevations.
Shout out to you, Lo, or LO.
Do you recommend YouTube content creators that highlight the Colombian culture?
Yeah, I do. Like I said, I have nothing against. For example, we talk about Where's West. Good content. He's very professional. What he does, he's very respectful. He's interviewed people that we know. But as far as the how we try to present Colombia as a married couple, I don't see him interviewing couples. I don't see him interviewing people that have successfully met people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him interviewing young ladies that have gone to school. I don't see him interviewing women that are really. I see a couple of women that he had of substance,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't see him interviewing anybody that any of us could point at and say, "Thank you for showing me that video, Wes. That motivated me." I don't see any of his content comes across like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's respectful, he's just doing his thing.
Okay, you guys. So for me to be in this live stream, Rick in hand, thank you so much for having me here.
Nice having you here.
Yeah, thank you so much, you guys, to share this time with you. This amazing Friday, September 1st. Yes, you guys. So you're going to continue the live stream with Mr. Spence.
Your boy.
Do you want something? You want coffee?
You know that would be good.
Okay, I'm gonna make coffee.
Thank you, baby.
Okay, good. I love you.
I love you too.
Have a really good night, you guys, and good live stream. Thank you so much for being here, at least with me, of course. And you continue the live stream with Drake.
All right, guys. You're stuck with your boy now.
Yeah.
Let's get this mic up here. We're about to do some real talking.
Yeah.
All right. One of the reasons why a lot of guys let me turn the camera around also, I guess. Let me angle this camera towards me a little bit more. There we go. All right. We're going to look at a video, guys. And this video centers around what's really going on in the United States right now. If you haven't been motivated yet, after we talked about this topic, or if you're on the fence about relocating outside the United States in the next couple of years, I don't have the word for today, my friend. I don't have the word for today. EMB, what's my Spanish word for today? Guanavana? That I hope I said it correctly. Guanavana, the fruit. Shout out to you, EMB in the building. All right. Make sure you guys subscribe to Andrea Wallace TV. Make sure you subscribe to Andrea's channel. Definitely, guys. Now, as I was saying, we're about to watch a video. This video is talking about how is it that Americans right now in the land of milk and honey, in the land of opportunity, the land of American dreams, how is it that over 61% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck? We're going to do a breakdown. They're going to show you how it is, what individuals need to do, and why most individuals aren't doing it. This is a very important video, and this is why I kind of want to make sure that we showcase this video here tonight, because individuals don't know that, we're still sold on the concept or on the idea that America is just the perfect country and that nothing goes wrong. But I'm going to turn this music down a little bit. We're going to be doing some starting and some stopping of this video, but this is a very, very important video that you guys want to check out this evening. Let me turn this music down just a tad bit, so you can actually hear what they're saying. And Jay said, let me go over here. Jay says, Andre Ace did a 4-part video on a date in Medellin. My wife loves them and was proud of the Colombian woman he showed. Oh yeah, shout out to Ace live in the building. Make sure you guys, Ace is on his way to 500K. So make sure you guys subscribe to Ace's channel, and he's doing some great work over there. That's my boy. He was the one that helped Andre and I get this channel started. But we're going to get started with this, and thank you very much for the oh yeah, Colombian pesos, the 10,000 Colombian pesos. We will take that. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to you, Medellin boys. Now, this video is, once again, it's about why is it that Americans in the land of milk and honey, in the land of opportunity, why are 61% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck? We're going to break that down, and you're going to see what they're talking about. Let's get started.
$233,000 a year to be financially comfortable.
I'm going to bring that back a little bit.
The average American says they need to earn $233,000 a year to be financially comfortable. But in 2021, American workers on average made only $75,203.
We're going to look at that real quick. It says the average American says per year, in our minds, we believe we need about $233,000 a year to survive. That's what we think. Even though reality tells us that the average American household is only bringing in, with mom and dad, about $75,000 per year. That's a big gap. If you believe that your bills are up to $200,000+ a year, but you're only making into your household $75,000, something is wrong. And this is one of the reasons why most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck
annually.
Americans are sort of looking at how much money they would like to have to be financially secure, and that ends up being basically 3 times what the average income is in this country. And to be
now, and that's what he said that the average American will need to be financially secure 3 times the amount of what we usually would make in the States.
Essentially wealthy or really successful, it's magnitudes above that.
72% of Americans said they weren't financially secure given their current finances. And more than a quarter of Americans said they'll likely never be financially secure.
By the numbers, their debt is lower and their savings are higher coming out of the pandemic, but they're more anxious about what's going to happen next, if they have job stability, if they're going to be able to have secure retirement.
With well over half of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, many are failing to meet some of their modest financial goals.
There are actually millions of people struggling. It's not something that people want to talk about, but if you're in a place where your financial security feels super precarious, you're not alone. And it's not your fault.
So how did it become so difficult to be financially secure in America? And what can you do about it? Let's do some budgeting. Americans working full-time earned a median monthly income of about $4,400 during the second quarter of 2023. The average worker takes home 75.2% of gross wages after taxes and benefits, shrinking the take-home pay to about $3,308.
Okay, we're going to stop right there for a second. The average American bringing in a little bit over $4,400. After your taxes, after you pay FICA, after all of that. Now let's go back. Why am I showing you this part right here? Let's say I bring home $4,400 a month, and you bring home $4,400 a month. Your $4,400 a month is actually taxed, and you lose over $1,000, over $1,100 of that. Guess how much of that I lose as an American citizen, making American dollars, but I live in another country? I don't lose a dime of it. None of it. The only thing I pay for is FICA, my Social Security tax. I don't live in a state, so I don't pay state taxes. I have to file according to my passport. So according to your passport, and if you got the new passport, it's on the first page. If you got the older passport like I have, it's on the last page. It tells you, line D, that you have to file your taxes. Got you. But at the end of the day, do realize that we get tax breaks. For January of 2024, I get $120,000 tax break. So as long as I don't even cross that threshold, which I probably will, but as long as I don't cross that threshold of $120,000, my taxes are tax-free. You see where I'm going with that? So I can make the exact same amount of money every month that you have. You are going to have to pay taxes on that. That's going to eat that up, not including the taxes. If you buy a bottle of water, they're going to tax you on that water. If you buy gasoline, you're going to get taxed on gasoline. If you buy cologne, you're going to get taxed on your cologne. Whatever you purchase in the United States, you not only get taxed out of that, you get taxed after you pay your tax after you take everything is deposited into your bank account. So do realize this is why I'm showing you that, to show you guys that there's a difference between being taxed while you're in the States and all the tax breaks that are waiting for you once you leave the United States. I get a tax break for this apartment. I get a tax break for these clothes, this microphone. I get a tax break for the cell phone, for this camera in front of you. I get a tax break for my suitcase. I get a tax break for all the utilities that I paid. If I decide to go to school, I get a tax break for all the books. I get a tax break for all the courses, the classes that I take. All of it will be actually, after taxes, it'll be basically ended up free. That doesn't include, because I'm over 50 years old, I get a tax break on my IRA, meaning that in my IRA investment account, I can invest $7,500 a year just in my investment account, and that's tax free. To where those under 50 years old, yours is still $6,500. All these tax break benefits I get, even if I made only $4,400 a month. But yet you guys still want to live in the United States. You see what my point is? Let's go back to the video.
And that just isn't enough to cover the cost of living in America today.
The cost of healthcare, that has skyrocketed. The cost of attending college has skyrocketed. The cost of purchasing a home has skyrocketed. But nowhere has anyone said wage growth is up 15%, right?
Take a look at some of the most essential expenses for Americans. The median monthly rent in the US is $2,029 as of June 2023. That amount already accounts for over 46% of the Americans' median pre-tax income. But most US agencies classify spending more than 30% of one's gross monthly income on rent as being rent burdened.
Okay, let's stop right there for a split second. They're saying that if you're paying over 30% of your paycheck is going towards rent, you are rent burdened. That means you're paying more than expected on an average basis for rent. Now, what did they just show up there for that rent calculation percentage? I think they said it was like 48 or 29. We'll go back and look at the percentage to let you see what that rent percentage was. But if it's over 30%, you are being stressed out just off of your rent. We're not talking about your medical bills. We're not talking about taking care of the kids. We're not talking about school clothes. We're just talking about the fact that at the end of the day, anybody ended up in a situation where they have to pay rent and it's over 30%, you are being stressed out, brothers. You really are. So let's go back to that. And if you guys are interested in a consultation or any information on relocating to South America, do let me know, because I'm here for you guys. Shout out to you, Stefano. But let's go back a little bit on that video. I'm going to go back to that video right here. And then I'm going to move it back a little bit because I want to see that percentage again.
Is $2,029 as
that's
of June
the average rent in the United States.
That amount already accounts for over 46%.
Okay, there we go. 46.11% of the average American's rent. Average American's paycheck goes towards your rent. And a lot of you guys can attest to that. You got family members that are going through it, friends that are going through it. Let's look at it like this. Let's look at it from this perspective. For those of you that are on the fence about relocating to another country in 5 months or 5 years or 15 years. You ready? Once again, let's put my estimate based off of their estimates. Let's say I made $4,400 a month. I'm not only getting tax breaks, So I'm not paying taxes like you are. My rent and all my bills, including Wi-Fi, utilities, all of the electric, all of the cable, the parking garage, security, the apartment insurance, all of that, for almost $380 to $420 a month, just for the roof over our head. Here you go, baby. Thank you. I appreciate you. All of that is just basic living, $420 a month. Living in the suburbs of Cali, Colombia. Some of you guys have been down here. You know where we live. Some of you guys have been past our apartment before. Some of you guys have lived right around the corner in Airbnbs from us. You know what area that we live in. You know there's nothing raggedy or trash about our area. For $420 a month, between $380 and $420 a month. So, in other words, I've got a little over $4,000 left to do what the hell I want to do with it. To whereas you're living in the States and you're paying $2,000, you're just getting paying $4,400 a month. Your rent on average is $2,000. Was it $200 or $2,090 a month? That's not including before taxes. That's after taxes. After taxes leaving you with $3,300 a month. You see what I'm trying to do to get you guys to keep your eye on the prize when it comes to there is a value in relocating to another country. That distracting you with women is a farce. I'm gonna say that again. All these dudes that's trying to claim passport, bro, come to Colombia for the ladies, come to DR or Thailand for love. All that is cool. But my real reason for leaving the United States is because I saw what's going on right now before I left. People living paycheck to paycheck in 2016-17. Before the pandemic, people were living paycheck to paycheck. So I told myself, I'm getting out of here before it gets worse. You guys are living in the middle of worse, and it's not at its worst yet. So on this channel, we try to motivate you with cost of living. If you ever wonder why anything that you would say, what I pick up from Love Crossing Borders, relationships, yes. Connections and networking, yes. Learning a new language, important. But the most important thing to me is to get out of one of the most expensive countries in the world, and that's the United States. That's what my goal is, to motivate you to get out of the most, and even if you can afford to live in the United States, why waste money? I'll say this again, even if you can afford to live in the United States with no problem, why would you waste money that you work so hard to get? That's like me saying, okay, of course we can afford to live, Andrea and I can afford to live in the United States, but that's just me saying, I'm gonna go back to the United States to be egotistical to my wife, even though I don't want to live there because it's so unhealthy. So even if you got money, you ain't got healthy foods. Even if you got money in the United States, I mean, you balling, you got a couple million you sitting on right now. You ain't got the best medication in the world. United States ranks number 37, number 38. Colombia ranks number 22. You ain't got the most feminine women in the world, no matter how much money you got. You could be sitting on 10 mil right now, looking at me like I'm crazy. You ain't got the most feminine women in the world. You choosing between the reason why the fine women want you because you got dollars. But the average American woman is a fat chick. So even if you got, let's say you got the hottest chick, she fine like Sierra. You a Russell Wilson type of dude. You got money to blow. You still can end up like Steve Harvey with a Marjorie, sleeping with your cook on top of the barbecue grill. The cook hitting it from the front, and she getting DP'd by the top flight security of the world, Craig. By the bodyguard, she getting DP'd. So even if you got money, you ain't got nobody that's gonna be on your team. They ain't doing that in the States. You ain't got no, and check it out, because she and Steve were together, and I think they had some kids. So at the end of the day, guess what happens? Since Steve had the audacity to adopt her kids, he got to come out that pocket. Because you live in a country where even if you got money, the laws are against you. So all you're bragging about, I got paper, Dre, I got my retirement money, that don't mean nothing. That can be taken from you by the taxes, by the states, by women that want to overcharge you with $400, $800 dinners. So to have money in the United States, in one of the most expensive countries, don't mean nothing if something happens to you and medically the United States gives up on you. You worth $2 million, but the doctors told you we done. But in another country, they're telling you we got the medication that you need. It's just not legal to sell it in the United States, but you can come over here and get it. But you worth $2 million in the United States. That's what this channel is about. That's why you don't hear me talk about dudes come through, the ladies. Dude, the ladies are deep. That's a given. I ain't got to talk about women in Colombia. You guys automatically know. We've been knowing that since we was young, since we were teens, that Latin women are gorgeous. And they come in different flavors. But my point in saying all this is, guys, I'm telling you, I mean it from the bottom of my heart, you guys need to really start thinking. If your child is 17, 19, 22, 23, and you're at that point where they're self-sufficient, you might start want to think about relocating and treat the United States as your second home. You can start like I did. I just started leaving the United States for 6 months at a time. I didn't just automatically leave the United States right out the gate. It was 6 months at a time. But you might want to consider that, because you are losing money that you worked so hard to get. There, I'll see how y'all do it. I kid you not. I do not see how y'all brothers be doing it. Now, you who have responsibilities, I got you. You got the kids, you got your mama, you got your aunties that you're still looking out for, your granddaddy. I understand that. You got friends, really close networks. You got business plans that you established. I understand that. I'm not foolish enough to take care of your business. But those of you that know that you're going to be free enough within the next 5 to 10 years to relocate, I highly recommend it. Because if you don't do it, don't worry about it. It's going to be some old white woman and her husband going to be in that house that you're supposed to get in Colombia. Don't worry about it. There's going to be an old white couple in Mexico that's living in your house in Mexico. You don't worry about it. In Thailand, it's going to be some old white dude and his Thai girlfriend living in the house that you were supposed to be the one to get. Don't worry about it. If you want to stay in the States, keep your happy tail over there, because there's a lot of people that's lining up in the post office and they ain't all black that's getting their passports. It's old folks. It's black people and old folks are the two groups that's getting their passports. And you got a choice, black people. If you don't get your blessing, don't worry about it. It's an old couple that's out there getting their passport as well. Let's go back to the video. He says, Steve Harvey, before we go back, he says, Steve Harvey, well, Steve Harvey, well, he told his wife, act like a lady. Y'all monsters, man. You're a monster, Richie. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, she was out there. Yeah, she out there wilding. But let's get back to the video. I want to hold this up too long on the video, guys, because there's a lot of good information in it. Now, as we said, there's 46.11% of the average person's paycheck go towards rent. And they already said if you're paying more than 30% out of your paycheck for rent, you are rental stressed. Let's look at the mortgage.
Of the Americans' median pre-tax income. But most U.S. agencies classify spending more than 30% of one's gross monthly income on rent as being rent-burdened. Meanwhile, the median mortgage payment for a 2,400 square foot house was $1,957 per month. However, a common rule of thumb advises spending 28% or less of your pre-tax income on mortgage payments.
All right, they said about the average person is spending $1,900 on your mortgage. The average person. But they're telling you that, hey, if you're spending over 28% of your paycheck on your mortgage, you are stressed. You are stressed. I just read a stat the other day. Some of you guys have heard me mention it. I read a few articles the other day. One of the articles said that over 57% of all Americans do not have an emergency fund of $1,000. Y'all ain't got no money. 57% of Americans. I think it was 67%, but I'll just put it down at 57% of Americans. If emergency happened, if your refrigerator shut down, you ain't got no money to buy another refrigerator. You ain't got money to even repair it. They said that other article I read said over 40% of Americans do not even have $400 for an emergency fund. 400, dude. When I was in the States, I spent $400 in a drive-through per year. The average American does not have, 40% of us do not even have 400 measly dollars if an emergency happened. But I noticed this. When it comes to Disney, it's always packed. Universal Studios, always packed. Busch Gardens, always packed. Movie theaters, always packed. The Jordan shops, always packed. It's time to buy LeBron's, always packed. Go to the football game, always packed. Up the basketball games, always packed. I'm not saying don't live life, but if you are at a point where you are paying more than 30% for your mortgage, and you know what your 28% for your mortgage and 30% for your rent, you ain't got no business buying no Jordans. What are you doing? You trying to relocate out of another country? Dang Jordans. I don't care about no Jordans. Jordan got his billions. I ain't about to make that man no richer. I'm not about to sit up here and buy Kobe's. I'm not about to sit up here and buy no Grants. None of this. I'm not about to buy none of this, dude. Not until I get what I want. And my goal is a home in another country. Then I buy some Jordans and kick it up in kick my brand new Jordans up in my finca in Colombia. Then I'll buy some Jordans after I've opened up 2 businesses in Thailand. Okay, you can buy your Jordans then. And they're successful. But to sit back and waste all Americans, we waste so much money. We don't be needing to go to Busch Gardens. Going to Disney ain't gonna change your life or your child's life. But we will spend knowing that we ain't got money like that. We got credit cards like that. And they're going to talk about that in a minute. I'm going to stop interrupting this video.
For the median gross monthly earnings, that translates to just $1,232.
As we talk to households and talk to consumers out in the real world, especially those, say, under 40, housing is the big issue. You know, rent, mortgage. It is the biggest concern that people aren't going to be able to make the next payment.
Inflation is really hurting individuals having stability in their housing. And I think sometimes we underestimate that if you have uncertainty in your housing, it causes uncertainty everywhere.
Housing is also the reason why cities have become more difficult to afford. Americans said it would require more than $1 million in net worth to be financially comfortable in places like San Francisco, New York, and Southern California.
This is why we've seen some migration or mobility around the country where some people say, I'm living in a high-cost state like California or New York. We really want to sort of pack up and go to an area that's less expensive. And one of the ironies of that is those places that were cheaper before are now becoming more expensive.
Americans spend on average $690.75 on food every month, according to the latest data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. That amount is significantly higher than any of USDA's estimated grocery bills, including more generous and liberal food plans. Add the out-of-pocket health expenditures that cost the...
We're going to pause right there. I want you guys to look at that. It says that the average household spends $690 on food. I've mentioned this before. I was watching a headline last Black Friday when they interviewed the marketing CEO for Walmart. And he said, our fastest growing consumer group is individuals that make over $100,000 a year. I'll say that again. For all you guys that are making $100,000 a year, you are the fastest growing consumer group for Walmart. Well, y'all always thought that, I'm a Target man. Well, the way that the economy is looking in the United States, a lot of you six-figure people are finding your way back to Walmart, and not just for groceries. You're realizing I can get auto parts in Walmart. Instead of going to this spot to get my oil change, I can go ahead and go to Walmart and get my oil change. Instead of going over here to buy t-shirts with the 100% cotton, let me go ahead and get a couple of those 2 for $5 t-shirts from Walmart. I'm gonna tear it up anyway. You're starting to see more six-figure people in Walmart, to whereas you didn't see it like that at one point in time. So do realize that when they say that when it comes to the cost of living, that impacts you. Now realize once they show you the final calculations and what you have left in the United States, you spend on average for a household almost $700. Me and Andre in Cali, and we're talking about eating very, very healthy. We only spend about $300. Two people eating extreme. Dude, if we do, our bill for food would easily be $1,000 a month if we had to buy the same products in the United States. We are the equivalent that's beyond Whole Foods. We're like natural farmers market. I mean, natural foods, that expensive foods that we get. And we only pay $300 a month. But if we were in the States, I know we'd be over $1,000. We'd be like $1,100 per month, just two people, for the level of healthy foods that we eat in our home. Why put yourself through that? Why not come to countries where they have natural fruits, fresh air, natural water, where you can have either water that your alkaline water, or you can actually have water that's so natural that, I mean, Colombia ranks number 5 for natural water. The only time you find problematic water is in Cartagena, sometimes in Barranquilla and Santa Marta. But for the most part, Colombia's water is number 5 in the world. You can tell. Like I said, another brother came to me the other day, coming down to Colombia for the first time. He took a shower. He said, Dre, he texted me, he said, Dre, I noticed that when I took a shower, I didn't have to put lotion on, or my body wasn't itching like in the States. For, you know how black people are. We get out the shower, we ashy than a mother. Then we itching. You know how it is if you don't put lotion on coming out the shower in the States. A lot of guys don't go through that down here. They say, man, I'm not itching. I forgot to put lotion on and I'm still shining. Because what's in the water there is not in the water here. But let's get back to the cost of living index that they're doing.
Average Americans $96.42 every month, and you get a total expense of $2,816.17.
So your health is $96, the average American. And your total expenses as an average everyday red, white, and blue barbecue eating, can't tell you nothing about your country, America, my country, 'tis of thee. On average, you're paying $2,816.17. And for some of you guys, that's just your rent. Some of you guys that live in Dallas, some of you guys that live in a 2-bedroom in Atlanta, some of you New York guys, that's a 1-bedroom that looks like a closet. Your expenses are LA, San Francisco. That $2,800, that don't even cover your rent. Why? Why are you not taking advantage of these other countries? Dude, what's my point? Once again, the ladies is cool. But dude, all you do is focusing on the women while you coming to these other countries, you're nothing but a vacationer. I said it, you're just a vacationer. You'll always look at these other countries as a vacation. And you'll end up in your 50s and 60s lying to yourself, talk about, no, I'm gonna do it next year. I'm gonna move next year. You ain't moving nowhere. You gonna visit next year like you always do every year, but you'll never be a person that lives in these countries. Why? Because you're so busy looking at the women and not looking at all the other opportunities that's around you that I'm trying to introduce you to.
For renters, and $2,744.17 for homeowners. That amount already accounts for 85% of the median take-home pay for average American renters, and over 82% for an average homeowner. This is excluding other essential expenses like transportation, childcare, and debt payments.
Many Americans are really struggling with just the increase of costs of living and food and housing, utility bills.
We're gonna let that slide by.
Accounts for 85% of the median take-home pay for average American renters, and over 82% for an average homeowner. This is excluding other essential expenses like transportation, childcare, and debt payments.
Many Americans are.
There we go. Let's take a look at this. Come on, let's not be scared now. After you get done with all your expenses, now you started with $4,400. You were good. You like, I make about good $4,000 a month, girl. After taxes, $3,300 on average after taxes. The average expense for a person that's paying rent, about $2,800 a month. The average expense for somebody that's paying mortgage, about $2,700 a month. Once all that's gone, not including your car note yet, we didn't talk about your car note. We didn't talk about your kids' clothes. We didn't talk about your Jordan collection. We didn't talk about your gold collection. All that stuff we keep trying to tell you that you don't need when you come to Colombia, when you come to DR, when you come to Thailand, all that stuff that you've been collecting and still collect. We ain't put all that in your budget yet. We ain't talking about none of that yet. Just talking about your rent and your bills, your basic bills, and talking about your basic health needs per month, you are left with $491 per month. That's all you got left. Your car note needs to be paid, and your car insurance is in that $491. If you got a mortgage, you got $563 left on average in the United States. Some of you guys make more than that, of course. But my point is the average American is struggling. Y'all out there struggling. And I don't care how you want to put it, because you might got money, but your family is always calling you to borrow some money. So you're going to feel a struggle because mom need a few dollars, or your grandma need a few dollars, or your homeboy say, dog, let me get a couple hundred until I get paid next week. Come on now. We done always had to help somebody out or hook somebody up. The more money you got, the more people want to get a hookup. I got people I used to call in my family. They used to just be on the phone and just sigh. They don't even say hello. They just sigh because they know they could get a couple dollars out of me. I'd be on the phone with them. Hey, what's up? How you doing? And what's the first thing you gonna say when you hear somebody go, what's the matter, dog? Man, it's tight in these streets, dog. I'm just saying it's tight in these streets. Oh man, talk to me. I'm your boy, you know. Come on, uncle, talk to me, uncle. Talk to me. Man, listen. You know I've been taking care of your grandmama for the last. I got you, Unc. What you need? Whatever you need, Unc. You know I need a good 700 real quick. Now you know I'm good for it. You know that's the most famous line in the black community. The brokest people always say, "You know I'm good for it." And you know, Unc. You know in your mind, Unc, you still owe me $3. It's dudes that owe me money that I talk to on a regular, and I don't say nothing about it. It ain't that serious. It ain't that serious. You know, 4 years ago, you still owe me $50. It ain't that serious. It really ain't that serious. I got partners. Hey, you know that $72 you got from me? Them $72.81 you got from me a couple years ago, dog. 2017. I remember 2017, I gave you $75.82. I gave you $72.81. We know what it's like to, even if you got a few dollars, to have family members or friends that still need a few dollars. We know the struggle is real. So at the end of the day, if you got the money to pay your mortgage, okay, cool, and your rent, cool. But it's still most Americans that walking past you only got after they pay their rent and pay for medical. Those are the only two things that they calculated: rent and medical, and mortgage and medical. Y'all got about $500 to $600 left. But here's the part that gets me: all them independent women, and that's our co-worker. You know what used to get me about the States? Y'all ready? Before we continue on with the video, we got 90 people in here. Make sure 90 people click that like button. I like you. Make sure you like us too. You know what used to get me about women in the States? No, and it's not an attack. If I walk up to a female and she a co-worker, remember the term I'm saying, co-worker. Hey, baby, how you doing? My name Andre, blah, 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 blah. How come females that's your co-worker will look at you, respond to you, and react to you as if she the CEO? You like, wait a minute, you work 5 cubicles from me. You work in the same warehouse I work in. I know what you make because I know what I make. You ain't balling. We in this warehouse together. It is 112 degrees in this warehouse. Your hair is looking crazy. I'm looking at you because you got the potential to be cute. And these women will look at you like, I am a diva. I am a girl. You only making $24 an hour like I'm making 24. I never understood that about America. That right there, that one right there. Now that was my pet peeve in the States. I never told it. This is the first time I ever told this story. That was my number one pet peeve about women in the States. Not the women that you meet in the mall or the women that you would meet at a club. I understand that. Women that you would meet in church, if they act like a diva, or a woman walking down the street acting like a diva, you meet her. Okay, cool. Like, the ones that would get on my nerves were the female co-workers acting like they got, as if they had a prince taking care of all the bills at home, and they were just doing this job with me as a hobby. I don't have to be here, Andre. My husband makes $900,000 a year. I don't have to be here. As if they got like investments, like they was invested in crypto and Bitcoin day one. I mean, your female co-workers will tick you. You're like, girl, did she just walk away from me and not finish the They be walking through work just, and you be like, what the? You be like, you really want to say, baby, you broke like I am. We need to combine our powers like the Wonder Twins on the Super Friends, activate to do some great things in this world. You walking around like you don't need a man. I know how much money you make, and I know how much money you don't make. The average American female, she's making this amount of money. She making this right here. She got $490 something per month left. That doesn't include her there we go, brother. Her student loans. 80% of women got, fellas, if you date an educated woman and you marry her, be ready to take on her loans, bro. Oh yeah. You think she ain't got no kids, she might as well have kids, because you're going to take on them loans like it's child support. Oh, you think her student loans ain't going to impact your credit? I ain't the one that went to her college. Go ahead, marry her, and try to buy a piece of property. And go ahead and see that her credit don't impact it. The price of the property. Go ahead and try to get some credit cards of her name, because you can get some in your name, but y'all ain't gonna get no more extra credit cards because of her student loans. Go ahead, bro. Like I said, she might not have no kids, but she might as well have one, because she's gonna be paying student loan debts for 20 years, just like as long as it takes to take care of a child. Stop me when I'm lying. Say, Dre, you lying. I know what it's like to date educated women. They all got loan debts. All of them. All of them. From if you dating a female doctor, she got loan debts. $3,500 doctors. $3,500 a month, $2,000 a month. And if you dating the average female, she got her little house. I bought me a house. She still got $563 left at the end of the month. And she still got to pay on the college loans and pay if she got some kids. And you wonder why on YouTube you starting to see. Now, this is a perfect example, guys, why you're seeing on YouTube all these women saying, I don't want to be independent anymore. I wave the white flag. I don't want to be Miss Independent anymore. I'm tired of this. I can't do it by myself. Why? Because it ain't easy trying to do it when you only got $600 a month on average left, and you trying to pay that. That boy is 16 years old. What do 16-year-old boys like to do? Eat. If anybody ever had a teenager in their house, a teenage boy gonna eat what's in the refrigerator, and if he could, he would eat the refrigerator. She can't keep up with his appetite. Not by herself, the little chump change that she getting the child support from the daddies ain't enough. So at the end of the day, she got 2 more mouths to feed with the other kids from the other baby daddy. This is the quality of women that you dealing with in the States, dudes. So y'all dealing with the quality of women. Y'all dealing with the cost of living. Y'all dealing with bad medical. You're dealing with inflation, and you're dealing with raises that never keep up with inflation. When the last time you saw a president? I'm going to tell you something. Ask yourself this. When was the last time you saw any president? Donald Trump, Obama, Clinton, any of the Bushes, any of them, any president, Biden, Papa Biden, celebrating the increase of wages in the United States. Oh, they'll celebrate that jobs have increased. People are being hired. Inflation is going down. Oh, they'll celebrate all that. The price of gas has gone down tremendously. They'll celebrate all that when it's time to celebrate. When was the last time in your lifetime? I never heard Carter. I've been around for Carter, Johnson, Nixon. I've been around for Ford, Reagan, all of them. I have never heard one president celebrating the wages have gone up to keep up with inflation, because it'll never happen. Wages will never keep up with inflation. The only way you will be able to beat inflation is relocation. I'll say that again. People from San Francisco are relocating to parts of Texas to beat inflation. People from New York, y'all move y'all happy tail down to Florida. Not just because of the good weather, because you're trying to beat inflation with the wages that you have. But the best way of beating inflation is to get your butt the heck out of the country with the high inflation. It doesn't take a mathematician or a genius or a rocket scientist to discover or talk about the topics that we're talking about tonight in regards to cost of living. No other YouTube channel is going to show you this. All the other YouTube channels, what they're going to do, they're going to show you Big Booty Bertha. They're going to show you Luana and Maria. They're going to show you Magali with her big butt walking through Cartagena. They ain't going to tell you about, the cost of living in the United States is killing you. Y'all listen to these YouTubers that's showing you all the party girls and all the, look at me, I'm popping bottles, I'm throwing money in the air. That same fool that's throwing money in the air is the same one that's got to work $10 an hour to make his money back up. Or he got to do something illegal. Because anybody that's somebody that's made some real money, he ain't throwing his money up in the air like that. Unless you like some hip hop rapper type of thing, some actor, sports guys. Yeah, they throw their money up in the air all the time. But regular everyday dudes, I don't care if you dudes that go to the strip club on a regular basis. That's you. But I'm talking about the regular, everyday 9-to-5 brothers. We ain't throwing our money up in no air in no dang old strip club. You crazy. Wish I would bust my butt $10, 10 to 8 hours a day 12 hours a day sometime, working overtime. I'm tired. I barely get any sleep. And I'm going to go to a strip club and I'm going to throw that money that I bust my ass to get, throw it to a stripper? You mother crazy. I wish I would do that in the States. And then you leave the United States, you find out that every other country ain't even got no strip clubs throwing money up in the air. You got a few countries doing that, but most countries in the world got hot chicks in a strip club and ain't nobody throwing no money up in the air. Man, I'm trying to get y'all to realize, man, that all that propaganda, remember, YouTube can promote propaganda if it wants to. They will put in front of you all the videos of Medellin, Cartagena, Thailand, all that promoting women. Yeah, we're looking for women. They try to use us, me and Andre, as, oh man, you guys are a great couple. It's wonderful how you guys are coming together, united as a, interracial, intergenerational, good couple. We appreciate that. But at the end of the day, me and Andre want you guys to realize the cost of living in these countries. That's what our goal is. Dang about, I want to get me an Andrea. Cool. Get over here then. But to sit back and be letting these dudes lie to us, showing us nothing but booty bait videos. Every thumbnail got the same thing on it. I got robbed in this city. Everybody getting robbed in this city? The mean streets of Cartagena. How I survived Haiti. It's terrible in Tanzania. And we click on that bullshit, and ain't nobody making no money, and you still stuck in the United States, and you watching that lame video in a cubicle in a job that you've been at for 10 years and you hate it. And ain't nobody telling you that you can get up out of that situation step by step. That's what we're going to do on this channel. That's what we're dedicating the rest of this year to how-to videos. We're going to have so many content creators, so many businessmen coming up here, so many instructors, teachers, people that sell courses, individuals that are selling different programs, and venture capitalists. We already have a lot of stuff planned coming down the turnpike on this channel for people that give a dang about you. Somebody got to care about you. I know you do. But the rest of these YouTubers that selling you that bullshit, man, forget them clowns. I kid you not. I'm not trying to watch these dudes on vacation. I'm trying to be there living. Get tired of that one, man. That one wears thin real fast, man. There's only so many videos I can watch of another man enjoying his life on vacation. There's only so many videos I can watch of another man living his life in this location of the world and that location of the world. All that is fine and dandy. But if you ain't showing me how to do it, what the hell am I spending the next 5 years for looking at you do it, but you ain't showing me how to do it? That's what I'm trying to do, fellas. I'm trying to show you how to do it. And I don't have all the answers, but I promise you I'm going to try to bring as many brothers up here that got answers for us. Let's get back to the video.
Are really struggling with just the increase of costs of living and food and housing. Utility bills have gone up, car insurance has gone up, homeowners insurance has gone up, and how can they pay for them but also meet other goals that they have too?
Budgeting experts advise Americans to spend just 50% of their net income on essentials, 30% on wants, and 20% on savings or paying off debt.
That's what we do.
Allocation shifting significantly, where people are spending 75% of their take home just on needs, which leaves very little for wants and very little for saving for your financial future. So depending upon where you live and of course your income, many Americans really cannot meet that target allocation.
So much of managing your financial life in America today is like drinking from a fire hose. I think many households are not able to show up and impose a framework of their own design onto their finances. Many are still in this reactionary space where they're just trying to figure out how to make ends meet.
The Federal Reserve has implemented 11 interest rate hikes to combat inflation since March 2022. but more than a third of Americans said rising interest rates kept them from financial comfort.
Higher interest rates really can stand in the way of affordability for many financial activities or decisions that people want to engage in, and home purchases is sort of at the top of that list.
Look at the person who was going to buy a house that was, let's say, $375,000 2 years ago. Their monthly payment would have been less than $2,000. Now it's about $3,400. And it's the same house, right? The only thing that has changed is the interest rate.
Purchasing a car is more expensive. It's more expensive to maintain a balance on a credit card, with the new offers for a credit card, even for the best qualified individual, being at 20.5%, and other people are paying closer to 30%.
The cost of capital is going up very rapidly, and
don't let that slide by you. Don't let that statement, those two statements that were just made, slide by you. They said that the cost of capital is going up. The cost of doing business, the cost of getting credit cards. 20% credit cards at one point in time was considered for those that had horrible credit. You had to have horrible credit to get a credit card, and for it to be 20% plus. Now they're saying that in the United States, there are even some people that have good credit and still being charged credit cards over 20%, and those that have bad credit could be up to 30%. They just said it. And they know that you're going to use the credit cards to keep yourself above water. That's the bait. That's the bait. We've already looked at the average calculation of the average American. You ain't got enough money to pay for them school clothes and pay for your car notes and your insurance and your kids' medical insurance and the mortgage. You ain't making enough money on average in America. On average. I'm not talking about that the average of us. I'm talking about the average American. And so what's the bait to pull you in? Here's a credit card. Here's another credit card. Hey, we'll give you some points. Here's another credit card. Next thing you know, you got 2, 3, 4 credit cards. If you miss one payment that month, that interest kicks in. And then the next month, you got to catch up with. No. That's all right. I got credit card here. I got Colombian credit cards. I make my payment every month. You know why? I don't live in a country that's in one of the top 5 most expensive countries in the world. And since I don't live in a country that's that's considered one of the most expensive countries in the world, I can pay mine every month. No hesitancy. Me and Andrea, we'll never have no extra balance on our credit cards. Ain't no overdraft and we made a mistake on. And I'm not saying that in a braggadocious way. I'm saying that in a motivational way. Prepare yourself for your exodus outside the United States. If it's hard for American citizens while you're young, just an everyday worker, just imagine if you don't get your butt out of there before you get old. Just imagine the amount of money that Taylor Made Dreams would pay for medical if he was still in the States. And now he's living in Thailand, one of the best medical countries in the world. Just imagine some of you guys were living here in Medellin, where they have 7 of the top medical hospitals in all of South America. Well, they got a couple of just regular, you don't want to go there hospitals, but many of Medellin's hospitals are top notch. And you're only paying a fraction. I pay for my copay every time we go to the doctors, 84 cents. When the last time you paid 84 cents copay for any type of exam you have? Heart exam, MRIs, x-rays, getting checked for cancer, all that. But y'all rather stay in the States. Like I said, if you got to be in the States right now in your life, like I did, I had to be there. I had responsibilities. So I couldn't just run out of the States. Yeah, 84 cents. That's it. I've been and gotten, since I've been here, Andre has taken me to at least 50 different checkups. I know what's going on with my liver. I know what's going on with my ears. I know what's going on with these eyes. I could tell you what's going on with a chin. I could tell you what's going on in between my fingernails. I could tell you what's going on my thumb. You know how some of us black people got that line on your thumb? I don't know if you can see it right here, but some of us got a line on a black line going down our thumb. You sit back, you're like, there's a disease? No, I found out that that's common among black people. I didn't know that. For 84 cents, I got a chance to find out what the hell going on. I've been hooked up to so many heart monitors and all. 84 cents. I can tell you exactly what's going on with my heart. I got a file like this. Nothing has been wrong with my body. I'm going to say this again. Nothing has been wrong with my body, but I've been to the doctor 50 times. Why? I can afford to make sure the car is running well. It's as if I became a millionaire and I got a Lamborghini and I hired a full-time mechanic to live in the house and make sure that my Lamborghini is running smoothly 24 hours a day. That's what it's like to be in Colombia and you have medical insurance here. It's as if my body is the Lamborghini and I've hired these doctors to be the mechanic to make sure that this Lamborghini is always running smooth, even though there's nothing wrong with the Lamborghini. We got house calls on our insurance. Yeah, the doc. Hey, doc. Yeah, we can't make it. Can you? Come on over here, doc. $100 a month for 2 people. What's my point in saying that? I don't see how y'all do it. I don't see how you do it. Other than family, friends, and your finances, and a little bit of fear, I don't see how y'all still in the States full time. I can understand part time, but full. That's all right. Dre said, run all them. Yep, that's what I say. I say, what, 84 cents? Let me get it. Let me get all. Every test, every exam that in the States it costs you $400, $500, $2,000 for that particular exam. Dude, I get x-rayed everything. X-ray my hand, x-ray my thumb. Can you x-ray? I'm just inventing stuff to get x-ray. X-ray my skull. Make sure that this take care of. Got the teeth taken care of. All of it. All of it. That would have, dude, I would have, dude, we men. You know we don't go to the, unless we see blood or bones, we ain't going to the doctors. A cough mean I'm going to be all right to a man. I'm all right. But when you don't live in the United States and you live in the countries that have excellent medical, but yet it doesn't break the bank to take advantage of the medical, man, please. Man, I get everything checked. Dude, I already, starting tomorrow, I got a masseuse that I hired. Starting tomorrow, she's going to be giving me massages every month. Because, you know, we getting older. We got to make sure we got yoga backs. We got to make sure our backs are, you know, loose like we doing yoga every day. Especially those of us that go to the gym and your muscles get kind of tight. You need dude, that costs next to nothing. While Andrea is getting her nails done in one room, I'm in the other room getting massage. You ain't getting no massages every month in the States. Come on, not the average brother. We didn't even think about it like that. We might get one like, you know, let me go get a massage like twice a year. Maybe. Every month? Come on, man. And I'm not saying none of this in a braggadocious way. Because I didn't know all this stuff existed when I came here. But now that I know, I'm sharing this information. Man, I'm about to tell you, hey, if you ever notice something, the only time I ever tell you guys about a club and some women is when you guys text me on WhatsApp and you say, Dre, I'm in town. What is a good club to go to tonight? You notice I ain't never did a video on clubs in Cali. Notice, not one. We did one on club living back in the day. Our first club video was like 2 months into doing YouTube, and we ain't done one since 2019. Why? We as men have more important matters to discuss than just showing you some dang clubs all the time. You want some clubs? Watch some other YouTubers. You come here, you're gonna learn how to do and relocate to another country and visit other countries in a safe way and enjoy the life that you deserve to have instead of watching other dudes enjoy their life. I ain't about to sit up here and spend 5, 10, 15 years watching another man enjoy the life that I deserve to have too. He said, why the only girl? He said, why the only girl homie got from the club was why y'all stupid, man? See, I'm dipping in grown folks conversation. Let me not dip. Shout out to BG Nugget in the building. He said, I emailed you before, but you didn't reply. I'm going to try again. Hey, do me a favor. Email me tonight. And since you reminded me, I'm going to go right after the live stream. I'm going directly into your email, brother. Thank you for letting me know that. Some of you guys do remind me of that. And sometimes I forget because I get so many emails and I'm running 4 channels. So thank you guys for reminding me. Blame it on my head, not my heart. I'm trying to drop a little bit, brother, just a little bit. Let's get back to the video. Make sure you email me, Nugget. Let's get us back to this good information.
Many of the kind of toeholds we saw for lower income households was because they were having access to credit and to home loans and to other things in a relatively flat economy where they still had a good job market. The ability to access credit, both for small businesses and for households, is getting much harder as the financial system becomes more risk averse in that space.
Credit is essential because Americans don't have the savings to cover big expenses. More than 40% of Americans blamed insufficient retirement funds or emergency savings as a reason for financial insecurity.
I'm going to pause that for a second, let you guys read that. 40% of Americans blame insufficient retirement funds or emergency savings for the reason for their financial insecurities. Those are the 2 reasons.
For a lot of people, just to feel subjectively feel financially better, they need some amount of savings. A lot of financial planners will say 3 months of your income. That's, for many people, so overwhelming that they can't even begin to think about it.
More than half of Americans today said they didn't have at least 3 months of emergency expenses saved.
3 months, over 52% of Americans don't have it.
Including 22% that said they had no emergency savings at all.
And that means also the elderly. You know, our other channel is dedicated to the elderly. It will amaze you, over 50% of all people in the United States file for Social Security at the age of 62. Number 1 reason is they need the money. Number 2 reason, their bodies are starting to shut down. Number 3 reason is that their loved one's body is starting to shut down. So they quit their job to take care of their loved one, their spouse or their family member whose body is starting to shut down. So they apply for Social Security early. But if you apply for Social Security early, you only get 75% of what you were supposed to get at the age of 67. So if I was supposed to get $1,000 a month in Social Security, because I filed at 62, I only get $750 for the rest of my life. Because I didn't wait to the age of 66 or 67, which is the full retirement age right now, to get my full $1,000. Because I didn't have money in Roth IRAs and 401ks and crypto and other investments in real estate. Because I didn't put money in all those other ventures, I have to lean on the one thing that's guaranteed other than a paycheck, my Social Security check. 50% of all Americans, as soon as they hit 62, they filing. And 62, whether you want to realize it or not, for you guys that are in your 30s, 62 is right around the corner. For those of us that are in our 50s, it's right in our face like a shadow. For those of us in your 40s, dude, don't think 62 is way down there. Especially if you don't have any form of money put to the side, you could go in your closet and you got a collection of some of the best suits, best shirts, best jeans, best socks, best underwear, best shoes, best gold. You can go in your closet and you fly than a mother. But soon as somebody say, go into your Vanguard account, I mean, you can hear, go into your Vanguard account. Oh, you ain't got a Vanguard account? Go into your Fidelity account. Let's see what your investments you got. What mean you can hear? Go into your Fidelity account. Man, I ain't got one. You tell me you got all that bull in your closet that you collected for the last 15 years since some of you guys are 25. You've been collecting clothes and wardrobes for 15 years and you ain't got a Fidelity account? You ain't got a Vanguard account? You don't know what an ETF is. You don't know what an NFT is. You don't know what crypto is. You don't know what nothing is. Or you ain't put no money in a 401k. None. How do you think one of the reasons I financially took care of myself when I first came to Colombia? I fed that 401k like it was a screaming baby that would not shut the hell up. I did so much overtime as a college recruiter, every dime of it, every dime. Shout out to you for the AMC investment as well. Yeah, I know. I understand. I got you on the AMC. Yeah. Every dime of overtime when I fed my 401k, fed it like it just kept screaming, give me more money, Andre, more money to invest, more money. Dude, by the time I got done, I had enough money to take care of me for a couple years here in Colombia. All that money's been replaced. I bet on black, me, and won. And so I believe if I can bet on me, because I'm a regular dude from the east side of Detroit, I know betting on you guys, there's going to be some winning as well. We're going to be betting on each other. What's my point in saying all of this? I'm not saying it in a braggadocious way or look at how I did. No, bruh, no. I'm saying that if you really want something out of life, you do whatever it is to get it. Dude, I was done dating chicks dude, if you just took the money that you save on dating chicks in the States and put it in investments, them $300 dinners, them $200 dinners, dude, buying chicks a drink at the clubs in Chicago, that's $15, $20 a drink. You know how many, there are stocks that are $6, $7, $8, $9 stocks. For one drink in Chicago that you bought a chick, you could have bought 3 stocks. One drink. And some of you dudes, you done bought at least a good 20, 25, 30 drinks for chicks in Chicago per year. Chicks in LA per year. You popping bottles. You sit up there, hey fellas, let's get us a spot behind the velvet rope. We popping bottles today. And you fall for it because your boys have been pulled into consumerism and you just following the pack and you don't want to look like a lame. So you sit back and say, yeah, I'm gonna go behind the velvet rope with my boys too. So y'all sit up there popping bottles, baby. You go to the strip club, yeah, we making it rain, baby. All that money that could be going towards your future. While you sitting up there in a strip club, your money could be making money. And you giving it all away like a sucker. I said it, you a sucker. Any dude that's I don't care who it is. Like I said, if you in a rap game and you in the NBA and all that sports, you guys are the whole entertainers, y'all in a whole different category. That's why Kevin Samuels never talked about you dudes, because y'all in a different category of life than the average person. But the average brother, you done bust your butt 12 hours a week in the heat, in that foundry, in that factory. You done sat up there and drove that truck down the freeway around all these crazy American drivers. You done drove through fog. You've driven through rain, sleet, snow, black ice, and you finally get your paycheck, and you go to a strip club and you give it away after driving them rigs. Are you crazy? Ain't no way. I will be the cheapest truck driver. Dude, I'll be the ramen noodle soup truck driver. Dude, you think I was still in college, I would be so thrifty with my money. You better believe that. There is no, because in my mind, my job is not to splurge in the States. My job is to splurge in other countries where I can still walk away with a nice sum of money, even though I splurge in another country. That's what you're supposed to be doing. But trying to showboat for chicks that you're going to be leaving in 10 years, I say that again. You're trying to showboat for friends that in 10 years, you living in another country anyway. God going to give you some new friends. So why you showboat for dudes in the States? You showboat for chicks. You don't even want them chicks in the States. So why you trying to showboat getting a fancy car, trying to showboat at the gas station for these chicks? You showboat for family members trying to prove, yes, I know y'all all live in the hood, but I live in the suburb over here. Who the hell you trying to improve? I don't give a dude. None of them people are going to be living in Thailand with you. None of them are going to be living in Bali with you. None of them are going to be living in Colombia. Now, one family member is going to probably visit you in Brazil. You trying to showboat for the next 10 years because in 10 years you plan on living in one of these countries, and you showboat for people that you won't even be thinking about when you leave. The only thing that you're going to be doing with family members is making video calls like I do. And you might go home every blue moon like I do. And speaking of blue moon, this week was the blue moon week. Every 53 years there's a blue moon. This year was one of the largest blue moons in 53 years. And the definition of the blue moon is that they have is one of the few times that they have, I think, a full moon twice in 1 week. You know, usually they don't have a full moon twice in 1 week. Blue moon means that they have a full moon twice in 1 week. And this was the week for it. So you guys that missed it, me and Andre did. We nerds. Nerds don't miss nothing. So at the end of the day, guys, do realize that the people that you trying to showboat for, trying to be fly for, you ain't gonna see none of them people. It's just like when your mom used to tell you ain't gonna see none of the people when you graduate high school. Mom was right. When you relocate all the people that you spend all your money trying to showboat for instead of investing that money, I'm gonna tell you guys something. One of my secrets. I'm gonna just grab a cologne. This is a good one. This is the Creed Virgin Island Water. Virgin Island Water Creed is about $250, $375, right? Right? I don't buy one cologne if I can't put that exact same amount at the same time into an investment. What am I saying? If I don't have $700, let's say this is $350. If I don't have 700, this don't get bought. Because in order to buy this, I need to be able to invest that same amount. That's how I do my money, for me personally. No matter, y'all know I love my colognes. I don't care if it's a $50. Aqua de Jo. You can get Aqua de Jo at any outlet. They $30. This Aqua de Jo doesn't cost $30. It costs $60. Why? Because $30 for this and another $30 for investment into my stocks. If I don't have $60, I don't buy the Aqua de Jo. Some of you dudes, if you want to buy Jordans, cool. How much them Jordans cost you? Oh, these cost $250 right here. Those Jordans should cost you $500. Why? Because if you don't have $250 to invest, you should not be putting a new $250 on your feet. I bet you'll have some money saved up then when you ain't automatically thinking about this, but you thinking about, oh, that got to come along with an investment. So this is $60. It's not $30, it's $60. $30 for this, but 30 goes into the investments. That's how I do it. Everything. This microphone was $250. It cost $500. Why? Because to get this mic was $250, but the investment was another $250. And if I didn't have $500, I was not going to get this mic. That's how I do it. That forces me to say, if you want pleasure, Dre, cool. But you go put investments along with that too. And as much pleasure I get, or colognes I get, the more investments. So if I got $2,000 or $4,000 worth of cologne sitting over here, it better be $4,000 extra money sitting in those investments. In that Fidelity, in that Vanguard, in that crypto. Go ahead, keep on just buying this and not thinking about the investment side of your life. Let's continue on.
It doesn't take unemployment to really knock somebody out of whack with respect to their personal finances if they're among the many Americans who say they cannot afford a $1,000 emergency expense and to pay that from their savings.
The reality is, if expenses are routinely higher than your income, you are not going to be able to put away meaningful sums. There are many, many households who do the verb of saving. You see money go into their account all the time. It just doesn't stay there because they are routinely hit with a need to grab that little bit of money and use it for some kind of income shock or unexpected expense or even expected expense.
36% of Americans said they had more credit card debt than emergency savings. According to Experian, an average American holds a debt balance of $96,371, which includes several loan products like credit cards, auto loans, and mortgages. More than a quarter of Americans said debt was what kept them from financial security.
Debt is a way of channeling some of our financial resources, and that can be a very effective tool. Many of us are fans of credit cards that have rewards, for example, but if you're not paying that principal or debt off within the billing cycle, that's when those double-digit percentage interest rates hit, and that can then exact a toll on the other aspects of your personal finances.
How do we properly address this so that people cannot be in the cycle of just focusing on paying debt and necessities, but can even think about transitioning to that other 20% and creating an emergency savings, which causes financial stability, or even saving for retirement, which is the goal of creating future financial stability in retirement?
The fact that many Americans are living in financial insecurity poses a big risk to the economy as a whole.
There's a reason why we measure and monitor very closely things like consumer confidence or consumer sentiment, because what populates those data points are everyday measurements like inflation and the strength of the job market.
I think COVID really showed us that households, when they don't have a level of stability and security, are actually the primary foundation of whether the economy can be strong or not, because we are so based on consumer spending in this country.
Public policy can greatly improve Americans' chances of achieving financial security.
So, for example, Social Security is the bedrock of most people's financial security in retirement. It's not the only source of their retirement income, but it keeps a lot of older people out of poverty. And we know that Social Security needs some reforms in order to maintain its same level of benefits. And then also anything we can do to make sure that employers are offering any kind of retirement savings opportunities, emergency savings opportunities at work, offering employees the ability to enroll in benefits, whether that's health insurance or insurance for life insurance or disability insurance. You know, employers are a key part of this too, and public policies play a big role in terms of what employers can offer and at what price they can afford it.
The household's willingness to work toward financial security is also important.
Ultimately, the answer here is that solutions have to be arrived at the macro level as well as the household level. And so at some level, we all need to try to own our own financial success by managing our money as well as we can across the range of areas like emergency savings and retirement.
Financial advisors say the first step is to have a clear goal.
What do you want to achieve personally? What do you want to achieve at work? When do you want to retire? What do you want to do for others? And write that down.
But the key to success comes down to budgeting.
Everyone should budget. What we say is it's not what you earn, it's what you keep. And so think about and have some transparency of where is your money going. And then make sure the budget that you have aligns with the goals that you wrote down. If you say you want to retire early, are you saving more to retire early? If you want to put your children through college, if you want to be debt-free, are you paying more on your student loans? Are you paying more on your credit cards so you can be debt-free? Make sure that your budget aligns with your goals.
There are actually millions of people struggling. It's not something that people want to talk about, but if you're in a place where your financial security feels super precarious, you're not alone. And it's not your fault.
Many people who have really high incomes and a lot of savings still feel financially anxious. So don't feel like this is your fault or something to do with the fact that your income isn't enough. You know, we all have to deal with this in different ways. And the most important thing you can do is just acknowledge that and deal with it and not try to avoid it.
Absolutely. That's an excellent point. You said we can't avoid it. Just admit it, that we all have to deal with debt or bills or financial responsibilities in one way or another, but don't try to avoid it. Don't sweep it on the rug. We understand rob Peter to pay Paul, type of thing. One bill is more important than another bill. We all have to deal with things like that. But at the end of the day, you don't have to deal with it the rest of your life. I want to say that again, because that's why I showed that video tonight. That's what me and Andre were talking about the topic tonight. To deal with the situation now because you live in the States, got you. Time's tight for everybody. To tell yourself that or be programmed by the states to think that you have to live in that situation for the rest of your life, that's where the lie is. You don't have to live in that situation, in that circumstance for the rest of your life. Currently, yeah. For a few more years, got you. For a lot longer than you want to, I feel you. But the rest of your life, you don't have to. You can start now preparing yourself. I feel now I'm sounding like an evangelist, saying if you want to come to the front of the church for prayer. But in all sincerity, like they said, make the game plan. Put your economics in a position to where you start to at least see the beginning of the game plan take off. Like I did with my 401k. My game plan was what? Leave America in a certain amount of years. Even though I started slowly living part-time for like 3 months. Then I started to 6 months. And then I spread it to full-time. I didn't just run out of America. I'm out of here. I didn't do that. No, I wouldn't even recommend that unless you're in an economic position to do it. And you're in a position with your family and your friends to be able to do that. But at the end of the day, you can accomplish this goal. I kid you not, man. It is not impossible. It is not impossible for you guys to A, relocate, B, have a great cost of living, which we're going to get to in a second, C, enjoy the life that you deserve, and find the right people or the right woman or the right network to have in your life, like individuals like Taylor Made Dreams, Ace Live, Flyboy Way, and other individuals have showcased Richie Mack with Zoom to Thailand, Chocolate Man in Thailand. All these guys have showcased that you can either live in the United States full-time or part-time. Let's get started with the cost of living index real quick. I don't want to hold you guys up too long tonight. I don't want this to be too late into the evening, but we're going to do a cost of living index. This is going to be fun. I've done this one a few times. Let me go over here. There we go. Let's get this pulled up with the cost of living index. Okay, give me a second. I'm pulling this up for us. Well, I can get rid of this video. We don't need that. Remove from studio. So we've got the video gone. And let's go here. Now let me see if you go. Okay, we're on the cost of living index. This gives us calculations. Guys, give me a city in the States. We're gonna go tonight. We're gonna go through at least 5 cities. So we're gonna do 5 cities tonight. Give me a city. Your city. I don't care what city it is. I'm gonna wait for you guys. Give me a city that I can put it here, and we're gonna compare it to Medellin. We're gonna compare it to Medellin, Colombia. That's the most well-known city. So let's go to Medellin, and then you guys give me a city in the States to choose. We got Atlanta, we got Los Angeles, the Bay, San Francisco. That's gonna be a good one. Phoenix, give me one more. Vegas, all right. Can I get another one from the give me some East Coast boys. Okay, we got B more in here. Washington, I want to do that. Washington, I want to see that. I'm going to definitely do that one, Richard. Give me 2 more from the East Coast, and not New York. That's too easy. Chi-Town, Midwest. I got the Midwest in there. Well, we got a couple of Chi-Towns. Okay, so we'll do the Chi first. We're gonna start off with the Chi. We're gonna work our way over. All right, let me pull up Chicago, scroll down. I could have just spelled it off in there, but Chicago, Illinois, and Medellin, Colombia. Cost of living index. All right, let's take a quick look. Right now it's saying that. You can see it. There we go. Let me move myself out of the way, make it even more clearer for you guys. Put myself at the bottom. It says the consumer price index in Medellin is 62% lower than Chicago. That's basic cost of living without rent. If you had rent, consumer price index is 69% lower in Medellin than Chicago. Rent prices in Medellin are 81.5% lower than Chicago. Restaurant prices, 70.5% lower than Chicago. Grocery prices in Medellin are 65% lower than Chicago. Just your local utilities are 80% lower than Chicago for anybody that wants to relocate from the Midwest area. Let's look at it. Meals, just a regular going to mom and pop restaurant in the hood, just give you some catfish, $20 in Chicago. Just a nice little catfish with some coleslaw, some fries, $20. Keep that same meal in your mind, because in Medellin, that same meal is $4.87. The exact same meal that you just paid $20 for in Chicago. You want to take a female out in Chicago? Decent restaurant, nothing too expensive. This is first date. About $80 for a 3-course meal in Chicago. Think about that same meal that you're paying in Chicago on your first little date. $24.34 in Medellin. And it's a lot lower than in Cali. Let's scroll down to your utilities. Your basic electric, heat, cooling, water, and garbage is about $100, depending on the time of the year, $157 on average in Chicago. That same amount of utilities that you used this past month is only $69 in Medellin. Your cell phone expenses, let's say if you're paying $52 on average for your cell phone expenses. Many of us know it's higher than that. Those same cell phone expenses only cost you $9.37 in Medellin. Your internet connection, on average about $66, $67, in some cases $100, depending on what you get in Chicago, $66. Same Wi-Fi, same internet connection, same cable television shows, $25.35 in Chicago. Y'all see where I'm headed with that? Let's look at the rent. Here's the fun part. I love this. In Chicago, 1 bedroom, correct me if I'm wrong, $2,000. $251 on average in the Chi. Yeah, cell phone bill, $9. Yep. That same one bedroom apartment that's $2,250+ a month in Chicago is only $395 in Medellin, Colombia. If you're on the outskirts of Chicago, you get one for $1,400. But that $1,400 spot in Medellin, and everybody knows Medellin is a nice country. If you get one on the outskirts of Medellin, it's only $314 per month. If you get a 3-bedroom in Chicago, in the Chi, you kicking out a $4,100 for a 3-bedroom. That same 3-bedroom, same quality, and the same area of the type-ish of the city, if it was in Medellin, it is only a little bit under $700. That's what my point is. That's exactly what my point is. Let's look at another city. Let's go back and look at another city. Some of you guys said San Francisco. Let's check out San Francisco. I have forgot about you, Tacoma, Washington. Let's go to San Francisco. There we go. Compared to Medellin. And now we know San Francisco is expensive than a month. And yet and still, San Francisco is looking like Chicago. The cost of living without rent in San Francisco, let me make sure you guys can still see what I see. There we go. And this is the crazy part. You paying those prices literally for the same quality of apartments that you get here in Colombia. We're going to come back to, I really want you guys to really realize when I sit back and I say, keep that apartment in your mind. I'm not saying that you're going to come to Colombia, you living in a shack. Ain't none of us, your boy ain't living in no shack, bruh. We got the same quality of apartments that you guys have. Now, the average Colombian live in Colombia-ish houses, but these new high-rises that's going up, man, they are fancy, not with the swimming pool on the roof and all that stuff. You ain't got no, how many spots y'all got in Chicago with the swimming pool on the roof that the average person can afford? Not too many? Yeah, that's what I thought. What about in San Francisco? Not too many? That's what I thought. Here in Colombia, we're talking about high-rise that got the gym, the pool, security at the front desk, all that. Let's go back to San Francisco. Says it's the consumer price index is 67.8% lower in Medellin. Also, rent is 77% lower than San Francisco. All you Bay Area boys, hyphy heads. I love me some hyphy movie. Shout out to my man Keek the Sneak. R.I.P. Also, 88% lower than San Francisco when it comes to just rent alone. Restaurant prices, 75% lower. Groceries, just your average groceries, 70% lower for the same loaf of bread, the same bananas, the same mayonnaise, the same bottled water, the same salad dressing. The exact same, the exact same brand that you got. The same gallon of milk, 70% lower. Utilities, 75% or 70% lower for groceries, 75% lower for your utilities. Hey, got news for you. I'm gonna bust your head open. Electricity is electricity is electricity. United States ain't got a special type of electrical current. It ain't like electricity. Like we got the current in Colombia is yellow, but here in America it's green. No, it ain't. It's the same electrical current around the world. Electricity is electric. Guess what? Water. Water is a liquid no matter where you go in the world. Cable television, still the exact same thing. Cable is cable is cable. I get all the Americans do. I literally have my Fire Stick here. I get every American channel. I don't even watch. We rarely watch television. We have what we're going to have tonight, our movie night. Me and Andrea have our date night. We turn the TV on and we get our popcorn. We'll have our beers. She'll have her Colombian beer. I have my beers over here. We'll sit back. We'll just have a wonderful time just chopping it up and just having a date night watching the movie. What's my point in all that? It don't take being broke to get electricity like y'all doing in Chicago, like y'all doing in San Francisco. Let's scroll down. Restaurant, the average meal. Let's say you're at a mom and pop spot and you're just getting something good in San Francisco to eat. You ain't going to no fancy restaurant, just a quick snack, $25. That same meal that you just got for $25 at a mom and pop restaurant is only $4.87 in Medellin. If you take a chick to a restaurant in San Francisco, y'all going on a 2-people date, or just a small price, you coming out of $100. That same meal at that same type of restaurant is $24.34 in Medellin. But here's the kicker: Medellin is 40% higher than Cali. So just imagine if it was Cali. Let's put San Francisco and Cali real quick. I'm gonna come to those other cities, but let's just put San Francisco and Cali, Colombia. There we go. $25 for a nice little meal in San Francisco. $2.92 in Medellin. I mean, in Cali. Come on, man. Y'all doing yourselves wrong, man. A Coca-Cola, just a nice regular Coca-Cola in the States, $2.62, 65 cents. That same Coca-Cola or Pepsi, 72 cents in Colombia. A bottle of water in the States on average, coming from the San Francisco area, $2.21. That same dang bottle of water. Water is water in the bottle, 57 cents. That's a 74% markdown. We're talking about you paying eggs. Let's say, look at the eggs. A dozen eggs in San Francisco, $5.74, 76 cents. While that same dozen eggs, and the eggs here are healthier because you're getting the brown eggs, which are the actual color of eggs, for $2.09 here in Colombia. A loaf of bread in San Francisco, about $5. That same loaf of bread is $1.52. Excuse me, marked down 69.8%. Here in Cali, let's look at we can look at the utilities. Your basic utilities in San Francisco, your heating, cooling, water, garage, electricity, there's like $246.88. Same electricity. Heat is heat is heat, no matter where you are in the world. Electricity is electric. Water is garbage disposal is garbage disposal. Air conditioning is air conditioning. It ain't a special type of air that flows in the United States. You are paying $46.88 for the same thing that you will be paying in Cali, Colombia for $70.45, a 71.5% markdown. Ain't no way in hell you gonna get me back into the States. Your cell phone bill on average in San Francisco, a low cell phone bill is $45 a month, and it's only $7.70 a month here in Colombia. Let's look at the rent. Come on, let's get down to the nitty gritty. San Francisco rent, God dang, San Francisco, a 1-bedroom for almost $3,300 a month for a 1-bed. San Francisco, really? That's what y'all doing? Goodness gracious. Let me hit my brother's super chat real quick. He says 30 years of disabled veteran, making $4,000 a month passive. I have been living in Cali, Colombia. Just bought a restaurant here near the Central. That's what I'm talking about, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Central Granada area, and that's a really good area. A lot of nice restaurants. Anybody that's been here in Granada, it's restaurants, bars, Airbnbs. It's a really nice area. It's out here toward the north area. It's like between the north and the west. So it's a really nice area. So like when you guys come here or when we do consultations, and I always say you're either out here near Chippy Chape, or you're in La Flor area next to us, or on the other side is Granada. That's where his restaurant is going to be, in the Granada area. Living in Granada, paying less than $400 a month for a studio. Preach, brother, preach. And we're not talking about one of them New York studios where your apartment look like a closet. Thank you for the super chat, brother, and the encouragement, man. And definitely reach out to me so we can support your restaurant. Definitely, because me and Andre are always going to some nice restaurants anyway. So we love to support your restaurant and get some footage. But this brother is showcasing that you can actually do this because of what you can do, because he's making the $4,000 passive income. He's able to do other things with his money instead of just doing what you guys are doing in San Francisco. You guys are getting robbed in the States, bro. Robbed. I kid y'all not, man. Let's go down to that same one bedroom that's $3,300 in the States is only $245 in Cali, Colombia. A 92%, almost 93% markdown. A 3-bedroom in San Francisco, almost $6,000. God, you're paying almost $1,000 a room for the same apartment. The same apartment. If they could ship it to Cali, Colombia, you will only be paying $417, almost $18 a month. Man, put the guns away. Put the guns away. They coming for robbery. Goodness gracious. Let's go on to the next city. We're going to go back to the next city that you guys had on the list. I know one of them was, Tacoma, Washington. I did say, I want to say Tacoma for life. Hey, that'd be a good one. Virginia Beach. Let's go to Virginia Beach. I haven't done Virginia at all. Let's see. There we go. Virginia Beach right there. Let's compare it to Cali. We'll do Medellin with the next city. All right. Virginia Beach, Cali, Colombia is 55% lower. Make sure you guys can see that. There we go. Virginia Beach is 55% lower without rent. With rent, it is 67, almost 68% lower. Rent prices in Cali, Colombia are 86.7% lower than Virginia Beach. Restaurant prices are 70% lower. Groceries, 53.6% lower. And just your basic local purchases or your power purchases, 74% lower in Cali, Colombia. Going to a restaurant for just a regular meal at a mom and pop restaurant, $18. Once again, in Cali, Colombia, it's only $2.95. Dude, I kid y'all not. And when I say this, it's true. Me and Andre go to breakfast and we eat good. I'm talking about I'm talking about when you get done eating, you like, oh, that was a good breakfast. Homemade meal. Drink in hand and coffee. $4 for 2 people. Not $4 a piece. $4 for 2 people for a big breakfast. And y'all sitting up there paying $35 for 2 people at IHOPs for that trash. Is this supposed to be an omelet? I kid y'all not, man. I wish I could put it any other way. Shout out to Victor. West Palm Beach. Yeah, I'm gonna hit that one too, Victor. So at the end of the day, we're looking at a meal for 2 people on average, $65. That same meal is $26.77. Let's get to the good part. The not the groceries, but the rent. Rent in Virginia Beach for a 1-bedroom, $1,641.67 on average. That same apartment, 1-bedroom, $245.43. Let me plug my cell phone up real quick, guys. My battery died. There we go. A 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom is $3,375 Virginia Beach. In Cali, Colombia, it's only $417.99. Now, if you are in any parts of Colombia, I forgot to show you guys on the list. I pulled all this stuff up, but I didn't get a chance to show you. My bad. There you go. What I was about to say is the only thing that's a difference, that's like a extra, I would say a $200 to $300 difference in most parts of Colombia. If when you get here, you're getting a furnished apartment. Now, furnished apartments, no matter where you go, are extra like $200 to $300. So if you see an apartment that's going for $300 on average with no furniture, it'll be about between like $550, $600 with furniture. Just want to let you guys know that, because during consultations, I always tell you guys, getting up your first year, get a furnished apartment. Once again, get a furnished apartment your first year. Why? Because you don't know what side of the city you want to live on yet. And you don't know if that's the city for you. Dude, you could, my first year and a half coming to Colombia, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't going to be in Medellin. You could not tell me Medellin was Shangri-La. Until I start going to Barranquilla, Cartagena, and Cali. Now, what if I had bought a bunch of furniture while I was in Medellin, trying to check out other cities? It wouldn't have worked out. So I always say your first year, get furnished apartment. Pay the extra $200 or $300. Just get your first apartment. $600, $650, $700 for a furnished apartment. Even if you pay up to $1,000 for a furnished apartment, you're still killing it, because usually that furnished apartment for $1,000 usually like a 2-3 bedroom anyway, and it's in a nice area. Yeah, definitely. Let's do Atlanta and Medellin. That'll be a good one. Let's do Atlanta. Let's put it in Medellin. Put it back in Medellin. And no. Let's do Atlanta, Cartagena. Atlanta and Cartagena. Because Cartagena is kind of like pricey. The ATL. There we go. Atlanta, Georgia. Let's compare. Let's get me out of the way. He said these numbers don't add up for some on disability. Let me know what you mean by that, Face Mob. By don't add up for some on disability. What do you mean by that? So I can give a little bit of clarity so I can understand you, because that could be a good point that I don't understand quite yet. Add Dallas and Houston when you get a chance. Okay, cool. But I'm gonna still hit the ones that are at the top that the guys already asked me about. I know Victory asked me about one, and there are a few more at the top, like Tacoma, Washington, and LA that I want to hit as well. Oh, I saw the Vegas one up there too. So let's go ahead with this one right here. We got Atlanta and Cartagena. Cartagena is 62% lower than Atlanta when it comes to no rent. Rent is 67% lower. Rental prices alone, without any other expenses, are 76% lower. Restaurants are 73% lower than Atlanta. Groceries are 63.8% lower. Your local power purchases are 78 point. Man, Atlanta, boy. I haven't lived in the A in a while, and it's expensive. A meal in Atlanta, if you just go into a mom and pop, get your, like I said, you're getting a hamburger or you're getting a piece of catfish, $18. That same meal is $3 in Cartagena. A meal for two in Atlanta, $80 to $100. That same meal for two in Cartagena, $21.91. The only time that you'll see that things in the United States kind of compare to other countries is when they have American foods. Like right here, we look at McDonald's. McDonald's meals on average like $10. That same meal in Cartagena is $6. So it's not really any difference when it comes to American products or meals. A beer at a bar in Atlanta, $6. At a bar in Colombia, a little under $2. Imported beer in Atlanta, $8. That same beer that you're about to drink, that's imported, $2.43 in Cartagena. Coca-Cola, just give you a nice cool yourself off Coke or Pepsi, $2.22. That same Pepsi that you would have got in Colombia, 72 cents. 72 cents. Let's see. I know, right? Somebody mentioned Tacoma, Washington. I'm gonna hit Tacoma right now. Let's do Tacoma. Let's go down to the rent first for Atlanta. Atlanta versus, this is gonna be a good one. Atlanta versus Cartagena. One bedroom. Goodness gracious. A one bedroom in Atlanta is $1,957. Put the gun away. Goodness gracious. That same spot in Cartagena, and Cartagena is considered one of the more expensive because it's a beach city, more expensive cities in Colombia. That same one bedroom is $514. Goodness gracious. That's a big drop. 73.7% drop when it comes to that price. A 3-bedroom in Atlanta, a little over or a little under $3,600. That same 3-bedroom with an ocean view, in Cartagena, $733.26 for that 3-bedroom. Come on now. Look at there. Look at that consumer price index or that cost of living index. Cartagena way down here. Cali, Colombia is less than Cartagena. Atlanta, San Francisco, Medellin, Chicago, New York, Prague, Sydney, Australia. Man, listen. Sydney, Australia is like living in Atlanta. Let's go to the next one. LA, Los Angeles. We're going to keep it with Cartagena. We're going to keep it with Cartagena. We're going to go to LA. And then we're going to go to Vegas. There we go, Los Angeles. Los Angeles, and Cartagena. This is going to be fun. All right, Los Angeles is 65.5% more expensive than Cartagena with no rent. Cartagena is with rent and regular bills is Cartagena 72.9% lower than Los Angeles. Rent prices, let me make sure you guys can see what I have on the screen. There we go. Rent prices, goodness gracious, 82.7% lower in Cartagena. Restaurant prices, 78.6% lower. Groceries, 65.9% lower than Los Angeles. Your utilities, your power is 76 point, boy. Why y'all living in LA? Could y'all tell me why? A nice meal at a regular mom and pop shop is $24 in LA. It's only $3 in Cartagena. You taking a woman out for a nice little, just 3-course meal. You ain't trying to break the bank. $100 in Los Angeles. That same meal that you're going to eat and you're going to enjoy with that same young lady, $21 a night. You know what hit me? You guys be paying all that money in the States for chicks that ain't even hotter than the chicks in Colombia that you paying $19, $21, $24, $17 to take out on the same meal. And the chick in Colombia is way hotter, way more feminine, way funnier, way more just interesting personality than the chick that you took out in the States in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago, and Virginia Beach for $100-something. You ain't even getting a bang for your buck on the date itself. Just the date, not even the cost. You're not even getting the quality. I could see if in Colombia, the woman that you getting was not up to par. You are paying $21 and getting very attractive, very feminine women that you sit up there in LA going on a date with a female that you could arm wrestle for the bill. Come on. We're going to wrestle for this bill. That's how masculine they are in the States sometimes. Sometimes. There's some good women in the States, don't get me wrong. I'm like, goodness gracious. Let's continue to scroll down and let's hit the utilities. Now, utilities aren't too far off. Utilities, which is your electricity, cooling, heating, garbage. Why I say garage? Garbage. In LA, little under $180 on average. And in Cartagena, like I said, Cartagena is one of the most expensive cities outside of Bogota and Medellin in Colombia. It's $130. So you're still saving. So it's only a $27 difference. 27% difference. Your cell phone on average in Los Angeles, $83. But that same cell phone is $7.55 in Cartagena. Your Wi-Fi and your cable on average, $72.39 in LA. And it's only $30, almost $31 in Cartagena. Let's get to the fun part. Rent. Goodness gracious. A 1-bedroom. Woo. 1-bedroom in LA. $2,618.18 for a 1-bedroom. No wonder y'all got so many people say, I live in a tent. Give me the tent in the cardboard house, please. $2,600 for a 1-bedroom? When in Cartagena, one of the most expensive cities in Colombia, is only $514.27. A 3-bedroom in Los Angeles, $4,000 per month. $4,745.17. And that same quality apartment is only $733.26. goodness gracious. Y'all heard me. Here's Cartagena right here. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Atlanta, Cali, Colombia, San Francisco, Medellin, Chicago, New York, and Prague. Cartagena's down here just a little bit more than Cali. Actually, it's a little bit less than Cali. Wait a minute. A little bit less than Cali. My bad. I thought you guys could see what I could see. Shout out to my man in the building, Mr. D Payne in the building. D Payne said, "You got a lot of cities, brother. Let's see. Let's do some Texas. Let's get to them Texas boys. I have forgot about Tacoma. Let's get to them Texas boys. Let's see San Antonio. That's a good one. Let's do San Antonio and Medellin. Scroll back up. Go back over. Let's go to Medellin. And let's go to San Antonio, Texas. There we go. Compare San Antonio. Now, San Antonio is not expensive at all for the States, but let's see. San Antonio has been growing. San Antonio, Medellin is 53.9% lower than San Antonio. Oof, that's a big steep drop. That's without the rent. With the rent and your regular bills, it's 61% lower than San Antonio. Your rent just alone is 74.5% lower. Your restaurant prices are 67.6% lower. Your groceries, 52.6% lower. Your local purchases of your utilities, it's 78. Good. That's a steep drop. 78.7% lower than San Antonio. San Antonio, a nice one-person meal, $18. That same meal is only $4.87. Same meal. Rice is rice. French fries are French fries. Chicken is chicken. Ribs are ribs. That's what my point is. The food ain't no different. The price that you paying, that's what's killing you. That is what's getting to you. Shout out to my man Black Nubian in the building. You are making me depressed. Shout out to you, brother. Them Canadian boys. Or I could put some Canada up here. Hey, Black Nubian, give me Canadian city that you want to check out. Give me a Canadian city that you want to check out. That's going to be fun. Right here, you want to take two people out and let me take this out of the way. If you want to take two people out in San Antonio, about $72.50. But that same meal, exact same meal, same food, $24.34. And remember, as I mentioned before, American food is about the same. So you got a $10 meal at McDonald's in the States. It's about $6 here in Colombia, Medellin. So you're not missing anything. A beer, that's $5 at a spot in San Antonio, a nice bar. You're a regular bar. It's only $1.22 here in Colombia. Let's look at groceries. We didn't look at groceries. Milk, no matter where you go in the world, on average per liter. But we don't look at liters in the States. We kind of like do gallons, but per liter is $1 plus. And for a liter of milk in Medellin is 93 cents. Loaf of bread, $2.77 in San Antonio, but it's $1.21. Your rice that will cost you $3.21 in San Antonio is only $1.16 in Colombia. Your eggs, $4 for a dozen eggs, $4.20 in San Antonio. It only costs $1.93 here. Your cheese, Yeah, if you get a big old pack of cheese, just a big one, if it costs up to $13.49, now I don't know nobody getting that much cheese, but that same cheese, custom cheese, is only $4.28 here in Colombia, in Medellin. Your chicken that you're paying $9.30 for, or your beef that you're paying $13 for, is only $5.60, 66 cents, and $7.89. Let's go down to the good stuff. We already know the rent. Let's get to it. 1-bedroom apartment in San Antonio, $1,700, and it's only $395.25 for that same apartment in Medellin. A 3-bedroom, little over $2,800 in San Antonio. Not too bad. It's not too bad for a 3-bedroom. But in Medellin, it's only $689.19. So as we can see, Medellin, San Antonio, Cartagena, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Cali, and the Bay, and the Chi, and New York. All right. Let's see. You said Vancouver. Let's see. Let's do Toronto. That's one of the main ones that people know. Let's do Toronto. Most people don't know where I know where Vancouver is, but most people don't know. So let's do Toronto. I think it's, you know what? I think it's just going to give me countries. Oh, no, I can change the countries. Let me change the country. Let me see how I can change the country to where I don't want to say United States anymore. I don't know how to change the country. Let's see. Let's see if I put Toronto up here. Toronto, Canada. Toronto, Canada, and okay, we got Toronto, Canada. I'm trying to compare it to somewhere. Because I haven't done any outside the States yet. Let us see. Oh, they put Bogota automatically. That's the city that they're compared it to. Okay, this is a good one. But let's switch it to the index. No, they're not giving me what I'm looking for. Let's look at the rent in Toronto. Now, well, that's not too bad in Toronto. 1-bedroom. Dang, Toronto, that is kind of rough. 1-bedroom, $2,500. Yeah, 3-bedroom was $4,000. Oh, wow, Toronto. A meal, $23. A meal for two. You ain't dating too much in Toronto. A meal for two. You coming out $120 walking down the street. $14 for a McDonald's meal. A beer, $8. Come on, Toronto, you're hurting me. $2.79 just for a regular soda. A pop. Come on, man. Rent in Toronto on average is 370% higher than Bogota. Bogota is the most expensive city in Colombia. Is that much higher than Bogota? Well, there we go. There we go. Let's see what Toronto and Medellin compare with. Let's see if we got it. Looks like we got it. All right. Here we go. Medellin and Toronto. We're going to put it in just to so we can understand it. Most of us, we're going to put it in USD. Just so we can understand it. All right. This is crazy. Consumer Price Index, Toronto is 131.6% higher than Medellin without rent. With rent, it is 185% higher to be in Toronto. Rent in Toronto is 355.1% higher than Met. Good Lord, Toronto. Restaurant prices 216.6% higher. Groceries are 137. Let me see, make sure you guys can see what I'm seeing. There we go. Groceries are 137.8% higher. Your utilities are 204.9%, 204.9% higher. Toronto, you're hurting it, baby. You're hurting me. A meal in Medellin that will cost you only $4.87 will cost you $17 in Toronto. In Canadian dollars, that's $23. You heard me, Toronto. You heard me. A meal for two that will cost you $24.34, which is about 100,000 pesos, in Medellin will cost you $88.82 in USD. That's $120 for something that only costs you $24. That's Canadian dollars, 120 Canadian. Let's get down to this rent. Let's get this rent out of the way with Toronto. I want to see this one. An apartment, a one bedroom, $395 USD will cost you with Toronto in USD $1,889.17. But in Canadian dollars, it would cost you $2,000. Ooh, for a one bedroom, $2,552. Goodness gracious. Let's go down to the three bedroom. Three bedroom in Medellin, $689 or $689.19. It would cost you for a three bedroom in Toronto in Canadian dollars $4,144.12. Come on, Toronto, you heard me, baby. You heard me. Toronto versus Medellin. This is madness. This is madness. Come on, Toronto, you heard me. By comparing, the average salary is 13K Canadian. Yeah. That is crazy. Let me go back up. I know Victory had one that he wanted me to do. Hey, Victory, put the one in that you want me to do. I'm gonna go to Tacoma, Washington. I'm gonna check out Tacoma, Washington. Somebody put Tacoma, Washington. The last one I'm gonna do is Las Vegas. So let's go back. And we're going to get back to the States. And we're going to compare Tacoma, Washington. We got Tucson, Arizona. Oh, my bad. Let's get down to Tacoma right here. Tacoma, Washington. Let's compare it to Bogota. All right, here we go. We're in one of the most expensive city in Colombia, Bogota, Colombia. And the prices for Bogota is still 62.6% lower without rent, 69.4% lower with rent. Bogota is 80% lower. Its rental prices 80.5% lower. Restaurant prices are 72.9% lower. Groceries in Bogota are 63.4% lower than Tacoma, Washington. Your utilities are 79% lower. 76.7% lower. A meal, just a one-person meal, is about $20. You're going to be paying that once again in Bogota, only $3.65 for the same meal that you're getting. In Tacoma, you're paying for two people. You're paying about $75 in Washington. That same meal to get that same coochie from that same female, you're only paying $22.51. That's what kind of perturbs me the most. That's what perturbs me the most. The fact that you guys are paying so much, that we as Americans, not just say you guys, we as Americans are paying so much to get the same coochie that we could get, that they the best quality. We get better quality in these other countries and we ain't even paying as much. I don't get it. Man, listen, that's why you would never see these indexes and price comparisons right here is why you would never see me date in the United States if I was single. Hell no. When I know there's a dude on the other side of the world that's on a date the same night that I'm on a date with American chick, I'm coming out of $120, $150, $105, $88. This dude is coming out of $23, $24, and his woman look way better than my woman and more feminine and more attractive and more friendly than the woman I'm with in the States. Ain't no way, man, I'll be done dating in the States. If I was smashing, I'd probably smash in the States. But dating, man, if I was single, ain't no. I ain't dating nothing in the States. No. Looking at these, every time I'm just chewing my meal. I done took a female, I have taken her to the Cheesecake Factory. I'm sitting up here just eating my meal, just shaking my head. I'm about to come out of $80 for this chick. She just a regular chick, and I could be in Colombia paying $25, laughing and giggling, listen to her little Paisa accent, looking at her shaped and pretty eyes. All that's her hair. Ain't no bonnets nowhere. She feminine. She walk feminine. She got a little shyness about her. And I'm sitting up here at the Cheesecake Factory with this one. With this one here. Man, I don't see how y'all do it. Y'all more hero than I am. I ain't coming out of no money. You way more hero than I am. $75 to come and watch and I with a chick that zoomorphic, and I could be with a fit, feminine, friendly chick for $22.50, 51 cents in Bogota. I'm paying $10. I'm paying $6 for a beer because I'm so depressed coming from that bad date. I'm paying $6 for a beer in Tacoma, Washington. When that same date, I could take the female from the restaurant that we were in and we could go have some drinks, 97 cents for a drink. Man, listen, let's hit these utilities. Hit these rental prices. 1 bedroom to come, man, Washington, $1,800 for a 1 bedroom up in that cold. The same bedroom in the most expensive city in Colombia, $381.93. And you wonder why Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. A 3-bedroom is almost $3,600 in Tacoma, Washington. That same 3-bedroom with them same rooms with the same size. It ain't like it's gonna be any bigger. Same square footage, $740.53. Man, listen. Toronto, Medellin, San Antonio, Cartagena, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Cali, Chi-Town. Man, bruh. Y'all feeling the pain, man. Y'all feeling the pain. Victory says, paying more for genetically. Pay more for genetically modified foods. Oh, the GMOs, yeah. Foods than organic foods abroad. That's another thing. You at the restaurant, you paying all that money for a bad date and unhealthy foods. Yeah. Mr. Richard himself. Yeah. Shout out to my man Beach Material in the building. And Black Phoenix Mars. Shout out to you too. Let's check our Arlington. We'll check our Arlington real quick. Once again, Victory, give me that city that you had. I forget what city it was that you had in Florida. Let's check out Arlington, Texas. Arlington, Texas. I heard Arlington was nice too. A lot of people moving there. Arlington, Virginia, Arlington, Texas. All right. Arlington, Texas. It says not enough information when it comes to the rent and when it comes to the rent calculations. Is not enough information. But nope. But when it comes to the restaurant prices is 66% lower, 66.4%, and groceries are 54.8% lower than Arlington, Texas, in Bogota. Wow, check this out. $16 for a one-man meal in Arlington, Texas, which is not bad. But that same meal would only cost you $3.65 in Bogota, the most expensive city in Colombia. Only 15,000 pesos. So when you guys be asking me, hey Dre, would you ever live in the States again? What do y'all think I'm gonna say? What do y'all really think I'm gonna say? Oh yes, I would live in the States. No. The answer to that is look at these indexes. The question is, should I live back in the States? Because I can give you all these reasons that I've been giving you with every city that we looked at. Why not to go back to the States? A meal for two in Arlington, Texas, which is a decent price, $60 for a nice little fun meal. But that same meal will only cost you $22.52 in Bogota. You're paying $5, and at the bar you play, you're shooting some pool. You just drinking your beers. Each one of those beers are $5.50 in Arlington. Playing on the same type of pool table here in Colombia, and you got you a beer in your hand. It's only 97 cents. I'm talking about in Bogota, For $6, you feeling good. You feel you'd have had a good night for $6. 6 beers. You good. You can call your Uber on your way home. Let's check out the utilities. Let's check out the utilities. Goodness gracious, Arlington. $200 for your utilities, your electricity, heating. That same is, well, it's not too far off. Bogota is $80. Your mobile phone on average about $43, but it's only $17.69 in Bogota for your cell phone services. Your internet, cable, we all know that it's more expensive than this in the States, but on average it's $72.67 in Arlington. But in Bogota, $23.14. Let's scroll down to the rent. That's not too bad, Arlington. I'm going, hey, if I was to live in the States again, that would never happen. But if I were to, I think Arlington would have to be the place. Rent is only for, at least for a 1-bedroom, $1,200. That's how much I was paying in Tampa before I left. This is 5 years ago. Okay, cool. But that same 1-bedroom in Bogota has some nice apartments. $382.06. A 3-bedroom, they don't have the information. As you can see, the question mark for Arlington. But they do have for Bogota for a 3-bedroom, $740.77. So there's not enough information for Arlington. So they have Toronto, they have Medellin, San Antonio again, Cartagena, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Cali, San Francisco, and Chi-Town. And the most expensive one, of course, is San Francisco. All right. Let me see if Victory put his in there again. Oh, West Palm Beach. I'm going to do West Palm Beach and Cali for you. Let's go back up. And then the last one I'm going to do is Las Vegas. So let's get ready to do West Palm Beach. We're going to put it in Cali. Then we're going to scroll down to West Palm Beach, Florida. There we go. All right, here we go. Now, they said not enough information for the rent, but as far as the rent in general, it is 89.6% lower than West Palm Beach. Your restaurants are 70.9% lower for restaurants. Not enough calculation for your groceries and your utilities, West Palm Beach. A regular meal that will cost $15 in West Palm Beach would be $2.92 here in Cali, Colombia. And a 3-course meal with a date would cost you about $77 in West Palm Beach. Would only cost you $26.78 here in Cali. You want to wash it down with a nice domestic beer? It's $6 in West Palm Beach at a bar. But at a sports bar here in Cali, Colombia, that's only $1.10 for the same beverage. Utilities. Your basic utilities is on average about $195 or $194. But that's those same utilities are only $70.48 here in Cali, Colombia. Cell phone is a little bit lower than $43, probably more than that, but $43 a month. But if you're here in Cali, Colombia, you're only paying $7.75 for it. 31,000, that's crazy. You know, since I've been living here long enough, even when I look at it in pesos, that's crazy. That's crazy. Only 31,000 pesos for the same Wi-Fi or cell phone service that you're paying 176,000 pesos. Okay, let's put it in Colombian perspective. Let's see. Let me pull some money out of my wallet. This will be this will be fun real quick. See if I got some smaller bills. Okay, cool. It would cost, it says 33. So it will cost just less than 50,000 pesos, right? 50,000 pesos. I get change back, right? It's only 33,000 pesos. That same cell phone service, this, in order to get some change back, it would be this. So it would cost me for if I was in the States, that's how much it would cost me. That let me see if I got it correct, so you can see it correctly. It would I got to face me. My bad. It would cost you that just to get some change back in the States. When here, I just need one and I can get change back. We just talking about cell phone service. Y'all see the look on my face like, all right. All right. Your internet on average, West Palm Beach, almost $71. It's only $23.32 here. Let's get to the fun part. Rent. Goodness, good Lord, Victory. I know you're close to Miami, but goodness gracious, a 1-bedroom on average, $2,366.67. All right, Florida, get your money. But that same apartment, same quality apartment, same square footage, $245.51 in Cali, Colombia. A 3-bedroom, goodness gracious, almost $4,000. Almost $4,000 for a 3-bedroom. I think that's the most expensive one that we've seen so far. No, I think the one in Canada probably was more expensive. But that same 3-bedroom is only $400.18. I mean, $418.13. I'm like, goodness gracious. Let's hit the last one. Let's hit. You're paying a piper, Victory. You're paying the piper. He said they cracking me upside the head for $2,000 a month here for an apartment. Yep. So, man. He said, all right, fam, I'm out. I got one last one to do anyway. Then I'm going to head out myself, guys. The last one I'm about to do is Las Vegas versus Medellin. Both cities act alike. People only want to visit. Very few want to live there. But let's look at them. The last one we're looking at tonight. Las Vegas and Medellin, Colombia. Let's get there. We got Vegas and we got Medellin. Let's get started. This is going to be fun. Okay, here we go. Medellin is 57% less without rent. With rent and your basic utilities is 62.7% lower. Rent is 73.5% lower. Restaurants are 69.5% lower. Groceries are 57.3% lower. And your local utilities, your power is 73.7% lower in Medellin than if you were living in Las Vegas. Your average meal, a little small meal that you're trying to get in Vegas is $20. That same meal, just keep it in your mind, is only $4.87 if you're in Medellin. 20,000 pesos. Let me see if I got 20,000 pesos on. Nope, I don't. I got a number of big bills. Let me move this out the way. Two people meal in Vegas, about $75, give or take. But that same meal, literally the same meal, with the same company, same young lady with you, $24.35 in Medellin. Let's get down to the good part. Your utilities. Utilities in Vegas are about $181, almost $182. But those same utilities, same water, same cooling, same heat, same garbage, $69.31. And your Wi-Fi, your cell phone, about $50, but it's only like $9.36 at Medellin. Your internet, $83.79 in Vegas. Living that desert life. In Medellin is only $25.36. And let's end this last one off, because I know it's getting kind of late, guys. This last one off with the rent. What's going on? Ain't nothing going on but the rent. That's not too bad for Vegas. 1 bedroom. It's a little bit over like $1,400. Not too bad. A 1 bedroom in the Medellin, $395.38. A 3 bedroom in Vegas, not too bad. Hey man, y'all might need to move to Vegas. A 3 bedroom is only $2,600, but that same 3 bedroom is only $689.42. This is why you should be considering relocating. I know, right? Relocating to different locations around the world, because we're just talking about Colombia. We haven't talked about Thailand. We haven't talked about Mexico, Ecuador. We haven't talked about certain islands like DR or Belize. So guys, be ready to put yourself in a position to where in the next few years, he said he owns a condo in Vegas. There we go. Shout out to you. So yeah, some of those costs are 4 times as much. I'm up out of here, guys. Your boy is starting to get a little tired. Take a shower, relax with the wifey. Hope you guys have a great evening. Be seeing you this Sunday. Hanging out with your girl, Andrea, again. I'll talk to you guys later. Once again, this is Andrea and Andrea drink in hand. Make sure that you click that like button if you hadn't had a chance to click it. And I'm glad we got a chance to do some price comparison for cost of living in a lot of the country, in a lot of cities in the United States. You guys have a good evening. I'm out of here. Get you some rest, man.